Hi, my name is Anton, and I run as Marcus.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I run as Witch's Cat.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I run as Bear.
Hi, my name's Jake. I run as Price.
Welcome to London Underground. Hello and welcome, runners.
Hello,
How are you diddling? How are you doodling? How are you daddling? You good?
Pretty well, yeah.
Marvelous.
Wait, I say that, but I'm actually very angry at you, Dan. Because you didn't... No, you gave us XP, but you didn't give us money last session.
We haven't let it go.
Which I've just remembered, and is very upsetting, because I'm broke, and I'm even in debt, actually. Well, my character is. I owe Price some money, which is not good.
Oh my goodness.
You are very, 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 very broke, Marcus. But yes, the last mission to the Belegnatrov Rumble. That was explosive, but ultimately underwhelming financially. And yeah, you're all.
I think you've been highly successful because Cat got shot, we didn't get paid, and we failed to get the extra side mission money. So,
yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes, success all round. But anyway, how are you? Are you all doing good? Yeah.
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 Wonderful. Well, I hope you're all doing well at home. It's been a short minute since we visited the dirty, chromed, apocalyptic future that is Neo-London. But I reckon it's time to dip our toes straight back in.
Let's do it. We're ready.
Okay. So, in the aftermath of the mission on the Thames, where you successfully took out the troll gun dealer that you were tasked to take out, again you've had to lie low for a short while because, well, I mean, there were big explosions on a big boat in the docks at Tilbury. But you've managed to lay low. Things are a bit tough. Real quick, who we need to do the links. So Marcus, in the aftermath of that mission, who do you feel that Marcus has developed a stronger bond with?
It's going to be Price, because as the boat was exploding, Marcus jumped, or I think he was getting shot at. He jumped off the boat backwards whilst firing his gun. And didn't quite look at what was underneath him, and there was a boat, and Price managed to catch him telekinetically, so it's gonna be Price.
Wow, it's Price. Yay. Okay. And Ellie, who are you linking up with?
I think Price as well, because when Ellie got shot in the gut, thanks Dan, Price was there. Price, comforted her and held her hand, and I think he applied the trauma derms, so
yes.
Seems like a solid candidate for her affection.
Price is a good guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of good guy, Price, who are you improving your links with?
Himself.
Probably. Was that an option? It would probably be with Ellie, just because of the commotion on the bridge from where I think Price sort of like almost saw one of his new friends and only friends sort of almost die, and needed to just keep her safe and try and get her back to life, and worried about that if she did die, her little brother's going to be left alone that he'd have to look after maybe. So yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Bear, who are you improving your links with?
I think it's going to be Marcus, because we spent quite a bit of the heist pretending to be very unconvincing cargo inspectors together.
We did. Oh, yes.
And I think we were involved in a forklift chase at one point, or like
there was some forklift shenanigans. Yes.
Yeah, that was quite good.
Absolutely. Okay, very, very, very good. Brill. In which case, we find ourselves a short while in the future since that mission. The Mr. Smith of that mission has, like, you've heard hide nor hair from him, and Ellie, any kind of matrix sleuthing that you were attempting hasn't really produced anything either. Whoever it was, they are gone to the wind. But we join Bear, having just received a phone call from that dang-founded ear mouth device gadget that you see Ellie and her brother on all the time, and someone pressed the button for you when it was making noises, and then a familiar voice came through it, and you weren't entirely sure of how this magic was working, but responding to the call, you find yourself at the Dwarven Community Centre that you have ties and relations with.
I knew it. I knew we were going to be at a community centre.
And Bear, as you kind of enter in, the community centre itself is relatively well maintained internally, but the kind of the neighbourhood that it finds itself in is kind of quite run down and quite derelict in a way. But through the machinations of its owner, Angus, a portly old dwarf who you notice in a rather fetching, if not baggy, salmon pink shirt. He notices you come in, as does a number of the other kind of dwarven youths, and there's a bit of a hubbub that spreads through the room as these young dwarves from a number of kind of disillusioned families notice that Brother Bear has come to visit. The only person in the room who arguably doesn't look overly jazzed to see you, however, is Angus, the person who summoned you here in the first place. And as he spies you, he crosses his meaty, hairy arms and sort of like tilts his head back slightly. And you see him pushing his top teeth out past his front lip in presumably frustration.
All right, Angus. Indigestion again, is it?
The only indigestion I've got is you, he says with a very noticeable sneer. Like the one corner of his top lip rises as he regards you, and you see his nostrils flare as he takes a deep breath.
What's up?
Don't think I've forgiven you for your complete lack, your lapse of judgment all those weeks ago, back during the Blue Tree riots.
You might have to be a bit more specific, Angus. It's been a busy few weeks. It's been quite a lot of lapses.
You see, Angus looks at you, like his eyes open wide as the anger starts to flood, and you watch his face go red, almost like a rising thermometer. And he, you see, as his pupils begin to dilate more and more and more, he stops. He takes a deep breath. He picks up a open can of presumably like lager or beer from a nearby table, and you watch as he very calmly drinks, necks the whole thing, and then in a somewhat intimidating manner slowly crunches the beer can before putting it in a recycling bin. I have explicit memories of asking you to make sure that Hamish was not in any trouble at those riots. And then, not only do I find out that you did not, in fact, babysit this young, impressionable young lad as I asked you to, but you went and put ideas in his head.
What ideas might they be?
Well, it's a good thing you've asked. Because there is a way, actually, that you can remedy this, Bear. Following your hijinks in that right, he talks about a whirlwind made of blue leaves and you running around like a fire axe wielding lunatic.
Right, hang on, Angus. The blue tree business was Price. It was all Price's idea. So if that's what you're angry about, I reckon, Price, do you want to explain why this is all your fault?
Let's stir in some tea.
So this angry old dwarf looks up to the three of you because as part of his phone call, he has demanded that your companions be in tow. Because whilst you are clearly the ringleader of this little troop, Bear, your companions are just as complicit in the blame as you are. But Angus's eyes slowly drift to you, Price, as Bear kind of throws you under the bus before his gaze returns. And Bear, you seem to have mistaken me for someone who gives a shit. Now, because of your collective antics, Hamish has gotten it into his head that he's going to become a runner as well.
That's a great idea.
And because of that, he's gone and got himself hospitalized.
Ah, right.
Did he shoot his finger off?
The angry dwarf turns to you and he mumbles something under his breath. You don't know what he said, but you can't imagine it was nice. So, as penance for not doing what I bloody asked you to, I need the four of you to go and visit Hamish in hospital, and you need to apologise to him, and you need to tell him that he's made a grave mistake, and you are in no way, shape or form role models for him to follow. And in fact, he should be following more sturdy and reliable people, such as myself.
Is this the paid job?
Price not really helping, actually, right now.
Be over there in the corner.
Angus, I'd be happy to visit the lad. Where is he and how bad is it? Is he badly hurt?
He's holed up in that new Genesis hospital on the north side of the city.
Ugh.
They call it, I think it's the Kindred Soul Hospital that they recently opened up. You probably haven't. But the Angus looks at the three others of you. You've probably seen it. Actually, Bear, please roll me. I get the job.
Hey.
As you try to coerce some information out of...
Unless this is somehow based on meat, this is not going to go well. Okay.
Just shake him till he gives you the job with an offer of payment.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not able to get any... I think this is very prudent, in fact, because you also get a -1 because you're in his bad books. So you're down to a 5.
Oh, boy.
So we're not able to gain any additional info bar what he's going to tell you. But yeah, when you ask, yeah, Kindred Soul Hospital. He looks to your three companions, Bear. You lot have probably seen it on the vid feeds, but you probably haven't, Bear. But it's that new mega hospital plex that they've just opened up. It's supposed to be all included. It's almost like a hotel hospital with the prices to boot. And somehow, Hamish has managed to get himself booked into there. And I have no idea how he's going to pay for it, but what I do know is that he's going to come out and he's going to be better, and he's going to come out with a much more logical head on his shoulders. Isn't he, Bear?
Yes, Angus. I'm sure that will happen.
Good. You do this, and I promise, not to have you disavowed from all the dwarven clans throughout London. How's that sound?
I mean, beer is pretty cheap, so that'd be a bad thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds fair. So just a fly-in visit, yeah?
Fly in, see how he is, make him see the error of his ways. If he's got some medical bills that can be paid for, I'm sure you can pay for them.
We
But-
really can't. No.
Right, well. Just see how he is, Bear. Make sure he ain't blown his toes off or something.
If we can't convince him not to become a runner, should we make sure that he stays in hospital? Or just what's? I'm guessing not.
Bear, you seem to be misunderstanding the purpose of my request. This wasn't a request. This was a statement of God on high. When you leave that hospital, when Hamish leaves that hospital, he will want to work in a fast food venue rather than be a runner. And I'm very glad that you're capable of doing this.
Well, okay. Anything you can tell us about Hamish? You know him better than I do. What might appeal to him? What path should we take?
Well, I haven't. All I've heard is that he's in the hospital. I don't know where in the hospital he is. I don't know his room number. I don't even know why he's in there. But
Well, that's all right. Cat can talk to the flickering light spirits and find all that out.
yeah, good. Otherwise, I mean, he's just a boy at the end of it. I struggle to even refer to him as a young man. But I don't know, whatever the kids are into these days. I mean, and he looks across the four of you, and his eyes land on you, Cat, and you look quite young. You probably know what he's into.
I mean, I can probably guess. I've got a younger brother. And I am sorry about Hamish. I know what it's like worrying about somebody.
Good. I'm glad someone's sorry. He says, looking at you, Bear. So, with that, have you got any questions that he might be willing to answer, or are you happy to mosey?
I think Bear will just look at his companions to see if they're probably longer term planners than he is.
Seems easy enough. Just
Yeah.
go to the hospital, shake the kid down, put him off, tell him it's rubbish.
Yeah, I could do with the cheap drinks, so let's not get kicked out.
Okay. In which case, true to form, as you all kind of leave this Dwarven Community Centre and climb back into Price's luxury sedan, which is running dangerously low on fuel, you begin making your way to the north side of the city. And as you're driving, I mean, it's probably kind of daytime, so yeah, like the sun is barely peeking through the smog that lingers overhead, but it kind of rolls across you as you pass by the incredibly tall like buildings that stretch up into the sky. Because it's the daytime, a lot of the neon signs aren't on, like the building side neon advertisements, but the sheer kind of scale of Neo London as you drive through it is still quite oppressive. But as you're going along, Kat, you give it a quick glance, and yes, absolutely, the Kindred Soul Hospital is a recently is a relatively new hospital. It's not brand new, but they do refer to it on the the Genesis website as a a hospital plex, and the way it's marketed looks very, very much like a leisure plex, with like once upon a time like a cinema and a bowling alley and so on and so forth. And it really kind of hammers in that you get the luxury you pay for now on affordable, low interest payment plans.
Oh God.
Of
Right.
a very manageable 28% APR. But yeah, this place looks, to look at it, it looks almost like you would suspect from the pictures that it is at least dozens of stories tall, and it's shaped very similar to, like it's got like a tapered top, very similar to the gherkin of old London once upon a time, covered in and the building itself just gleams in the promotional pictures for all of the glass paneling, the glass and kind of the reflective paneling that it's made of, and you can see kind of idyllic kind of rolling hills around it, which are completely artificial,
Of course, yeah.
and a surprisingly large set of kind of multi-story car parks dotted around it, to allow for all of the patients to keep...
Now that's how I know we're in the future, because there's enough parking at the hospital. I can just imagine Ellie's there kind of looking at the website and all they're boasting about all the facilities, and she's just going, this is gross, look at all the stuff they've got here, all the equipment, my goodness, computer systems.
As you look through, the one thing that kind of stands out to you about this hospital is how white and plasticky shiny it is. It looks like a Genesis Lifetech building. From the very meticulously placed plant arrangements, which are kind of synth leaves, and the occasional dotted benches that look over this, the atrium looks huge and vast with kind of balconies overhead and seating kind of dotted around. You can see a couple of there's a picture of introducing our new generation of info drones, which appear to be drones that carry holographic screens that allow you to ask for information on the move. So Ellie, as you're kind of looking through this and kind of, is anyone does anyone have any thoughts or any questions for Ellie while she's looking on the Matrix?
I think Bear's just looking over Ellie's shoulder at this website, and Ellie, do you think we might be able to get me checked in? I've still got a few bits of shrapnel embedded in my chest. I wonder if that might be enough to, get us inside, like a ruse.
That's a lovely idea, Bear, but look at these prices. How are we going to pay for it?
Well, it said it was low income, right? We've got the lowest income of anyone I know.
Yeah, it doesn't work exactly like that. I mean, you've got to pay it back eventually, and the interest is gonna whack it right up immediately. I don't know if that's a good idea. Unless I could set up some kind of false payment method that doesn't actually, and you could check in under a pseudonym or something.
Bear, I know someone that could do that on the cheap, like real cheap. They used to work as a sushi chef, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, no thanks, Marcus. Not after last time.
All right, shoot yourself.
Okay, so you pull up to you pull into one of the multi-story car parks, and Price, you involuntarily feel one of your eyes twitch when you see the price of the parking fees on the way in. But as you kind of approach the entrance and your sedan is scanned by like a red laser, like a red light laser field, as it kind of coins your registration. It then, like, you see a nearby screen which looks, compared to your neck of near London, remarkably clean and functional. But it, welcome to Kindred Soul, and you're able to drive in. You spend quite a while going around the multi-story. It's up and up and up and up and up until you finally find a spot that you're able to pull into. And yeah, taking one of the kind of elevator shuttles back down to the ground floor, you're able to make your way across the grounds, which, true to form, look just as kind of rolling green hill and idyllic as they do on the Matrix site.
Huh.
And
pulled that off as they just created some fake countryside in the grounds of the hospital.
yes, I mean it is like, to describe it in our terms, it's as like picture perfect as the Windows XP rolling hills.
They haven't set up like a sort of holographic wall so you feel as if you're in the countryside, like blocking out the surrounding buildings or something.
It's designed that wherever you are looking, you realise wherever you are, if you're looking at the hospitalplex building, which you notice down one side of down the side of it, it says like Kindred Soul. You, like, no matter where you look in your periphery, you just see these kind of hills and this landscaping. The moment you turn to look to it, to regard it, you can then see the rest of kind of near London sprouting up around the edges. But yeah, when your focus is on the hospital, it seems like you're in a whole, like your own little world.
Would any of us have seen this much green before?
Well, as probably not, but as you walk along, you notice as you're kind of walking along the paths, like Bear, as you glance down at the grass, it is impressively, like, the veneer of authenticity disappears upon closer scrutiny, and you notice that the grass is all kind of plasticky, bladed. It's all been meticulously kind of crafted and sculpted to look like it is, but upon close inspection you can see that the blades of grass, for example, are squared off. The leaves of the nearby plants and trees are just a bit too saturated to be real, and it feels that as you study it a bit closer, it just feels very artificial.
So I'm guessing as an awakened that would kind of freak me out, right? Because I'm quite sort of sensitive to like life, and
yeah,
if it looks like it's alive and isn't, that would probably
100%
sort of freak me out a bit.
Of like, if as you kind of close your eyes and with your continuing growth with the mother bear spirit, this place just feels remarkably hollow.
This is not a good place.
Price, as Bear says that, you kind of reason that, I mean, spirits are all over the place, but you wouldn't be surprised if a place like this has like on-site wage mages going around dispelling spirits, like banishing spirits and whatnot, that might cause any trouble for the clients, for the customers of the hotel.
Spirit cleaners, nice.
Hospital. Yeah.
Yeah. If you die at the hospital, do they just come and shoo you out? Shoo, shoo, spirit,
There's
shoo.
a big Hoover. But yeah, as you walk in, you start to notice a few more kind of technological marvels. So you see a number of like holographic emitters with what appear to be nursing staff at the hospital, and they're kind of looking around and just kind of giving advertising presentations with very kind of big, open, welcoming arm gestures, and big corporate smiles. Here at Kindred Soul, blah, 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 blah. You're kind of tuning out the white noise as you go in, but as you walk through the large sliding glass doors, you notice that you step into this atrium, and again, the size of it is a bit breathtaking compared to the cramped, situations that you normally find yourself in. You suspect that the atrium is at least 2, maybe 3 stories tall, with balcony walkways around the side. You can see a number of reception desks. You can see people kind of loitering around. To look at it, you wouldn't consider this place to be a hospital. You wouldn't consider this place to be a medical center of any sort. It looks more like the reception of a luxury hotel than it does a place where people could get their lives saved.
Looks expensive.
It looks very expensive.
How do you afford this?
Well, so looking around, all of the kind of horizontal and vertical surfaces have this very kind of lacquered white plastic glossy finish to them. Everything, like the light just bounces off everything that comes through. You notice the light's coming through the glass exterior, but it's being filtered. And you notice that as you peer out of the windows, you should see the rest of the buildings that surround this hospitalplex, but clearly they've been AI edited out, so you're just seeing kind of rolling planes as you look out through the windows of this place. And as you walk in, you hear a voice kind of overhead, presumably from from one of the information drones as it kind of lazily rolls on by, that says, "Welcome to the Kindred Soul Hospitalplex, brought to you by Genesis Life Tech, where your health is our business." And I say, as you're looking around, you can see all these reception desks. In the middle of the atrium is a large kind of circular dais, if you will. And rising from this dais, Kat, you kind of look up as you see that there's just a cylinder of vid feeds that rises the full kind of 2-3 stories tall, and the vid feed, like the various screens, which are like multiple meters in size, squares in size. They kind of switch between different like TV channels, like different vid feed channels, sometimes they all form together to create one single rolling advert for Genesis Life Tech. And then kind of flicking around, and you can see, it seems that there are sensors that are picking out whoever's looking at particular screens, and it's switching what's on the screen based on various people. So you notice this little girl like looking up at one of the screens, and it like changes to like this little cartoon that she like starts giggling and dancing around, and then you see like a very grumpy looking mom like grab her hand and pull her away. And the screen changes back to what it was.
Where are we going, Bear?
Oh, well, there must be some sort of reception desk, right? Someone we can ask about Hamish's. Have you free heard of these Genesis lot?
No.
I reckon we can.
You can do a roll for it.
Is there a role for it? I don't know if he is.
Sort of remembering.
I mean, I think it's the sort of thing where you
Remember
probably would.
berries.
I'll let you choose whether you remember or not. But
I think Ellie probably does.
yeah. So Genesis Life Tech are one of the larger, if not one of the largest, corporations in Great Britain. a lot of the time they kind of focus on medical care, like privatized medical care. I say privatized, all the healthcare is privatized in this day and age. And they operate on they're very successful based on their shrewd profiteering of health. Separately, as runners, you know that they're also involved in like biomedicinal experimentation and science. They've had some run-ins with As Technology over in UCAS, sort of looking at like the paranormal medicine versus traditional medicine, so on and so forth. They don't, whilst they offer a wide variety of sort of like cybernetic options and whatnot, it's not like they'll do it as part of their health plans, but they're not as kind of forthright with their cyberware as say Hades might be. But you notice here the Genesis Lifetech Cybernetics or BioWare is designed to look aesthetically pleasing. You see, in fact, you see one kind of concierge nurse with a cybernetic arm, but instead of the kind of crude dirty metal that you're used to seeing a lot of these arms being, it's very kind of rounded off with white plasticky veneers and black rubber banding like underneath to make it look very pleasing to the eye.
All right, should we ask around, Bear?
Yeah.
Bear, do you even know Hamish's full name?
No. Well, I would. Okay.
You would, yeah. And I'll let you come up with a surname.
Okay.
Macintosh.
Yeah, let's go Hamish. Let's stick to the theme. Let's go Hamish McIntosh. Come on.
So what was the surname again?
Yeah,
You said
Macintosh.
Okay.
Hamish McIntosh. Okay.
Stick with the lazy Scottish dwarf stereotype.
Amazing. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, you know, you're after Hamish McIntosh. So you can see a number of kind of concierge staff. You can see the receptions. There's the info drones that are kind of buzzing around. But yeah, between the four of you, as you kind of take this all in, what are your thoughts?
Marcus is bored.
Marcus is bored. Okay. As an aside, given that you're in, so as you're looking around, Marcus, you're noticing the security staff that are around, and you can see they've all got assault rifles. Given that you're in such a secure public location, none of you realistically would have any noticeable weaponry on you. So
now, would I be able to sneak in a holdout pistol with a silencer?
Things like holdout pistols and things that can go in belts or in
jackets,
holsters under jackets. That would be fine. But yeah, there's no Marcus. You look at their assault rifles and get that sad feeling welling up in your stomach.
Yeah.
As you've
Would we not have been metal detected? Would we not have been metal detected coming into a place like this?
Potentially not.
Okay.
Because there's so much metal.
That's true.
But that's a good point, Ellie. Like I say, you can see a number of these info drones, but you can also see hovering around some of the security staff are what appear to be security drones. Noticeably different, but they seem to have a weapon attachment slung underneath them. It looks like a taser of some sort. Yeah. But they just kind of hover lazily by the security guards. So Marcus is bored and sad that he's not got guns. How's Price feeling?
It's very clinical. This. Where's the personal touch as far as a hospital and caring for the illness goes, and just in like general magic, almost similar to Bear. It's a bit fake. A lot of this, so it's a bit untrusting.
Going on what you realised outside as you were going in, as you stand in this atrium, you cast an eye to the fact that all of the glass walls, and as a mage, and Bear, you kind of know this as well, that in the astral plane, the astral realm, glass is a solid barrier. So it's that kind of emptiness, that arcane emptiness that you felt, the lack of kind of paranormal spirits or elementals or anything like that. It's just abundantly clear that this place has been built very specifically to keep out like arcane critters, for example.
Yeah, or keep in. It's like a.
Or keep
it's a nowhere.
Yeah, it's aesthetically very pretty, but logistically, that's for a reason. Like it's a security measure to have glass windows. Weirdly.
Right. Yeah, because I also can't astral project through glass, can we?
No. Correct. How's Bear feeling?
Yeah, probably pretty unnerved, but I think he's feeling maybe the pressure of people looking to him to. He's not usually asked to make decisions or leads on things, so he's probably going to go up to the column of vid screens, and just start like trying to talk to the faces on the screen, and asking them for help. And obviously, they're not. They keep changing and not giving him any answers, and he's like getting a bit frustrated about that.
Sure. In which case, as Bear stalls off to look at the vid feed pillar, that column in the
I imagine he's just like moving. He's talking to one face, and then it changes, and he kind of shuffles around to find another one, and repeats the questions.
Absolutely. Ellie, as you see Bear doing this, what are you doing? What are you thinking?
I guess Ellie's probably quite captivated by all the slick technology and how kind of smooth and beautiful everything is, but at the same time she's quite disgusted by it, knowing that this is all very much for the wealthy or is exploiting the people who can't afford it. And she's sort of thinking about the underground, dirty, under-equipped free clinics that she's come across as a runner and as somebody with not a lot of money, and just how unfair this feels, that this kind of thing is existing for profit. And when it's health, shouldn't be like this.
In which case, as you say that, as you think that, and you're kind of watching Bear just like chasing vid screens, Marcus.
Yeah.
You've been clocking the security just to see what, like always making a plan, just seeing what's what.
Yeah.
And you notice a group of like 2 or 3 security guards with their attendant security drone. Like you notice one put a finger to an ear, and you know that they're receiving a comms or something. But you notice a look of kind of confusion and panic on the guard's face, and he turns to the other 2, and you see like his colleague. She shouts it, like she says something kind of quite aggressively under her breath, and you see her talking into a mic on a lapel, and you hear on a tannoy overhead, "Boom, boom. Please, could we have your attention?" And the lights go out.
What?
Oh God! Oh no! Oh dear!
And as you hear the cries of confusion and panic spread through the atrium, you see a flash of light from the vid pillar in the middle, and Bear, you're stood looking right at it.
Oh, finally! I've been waiting to get someone's attention.
And the next thing you know, you're all lying on the floor of the atrium.
What?
And in the distance you hear the sounds of screams and groans of pain. And as you pull yourselves up, the four of you in what? So Price, you find yourself kind of knocked like on the other side of one of the reception desks. Bear, you find yourself piled under a mass of presumably bodies. Marcus, you find yourself like propped up against a pillar. Ellie, you find yourself like slumped under. You, as you lift your head, you and hit your head on the bottom of one of the benches in the atrium. And as you pull yourselves out from your respective places, you look and notice that you can't see the glass walls anymore because they appear to have been fully shuttered with large metal shutters. There are red, slow rotating red alarm lights.
This place has changed its tone quick.
And as you look around the atrium, you realise that everyone else in here has been slaughtered.
What?
What?
Is that there isn't like smoke in the air or anything? It's not like a bomb's just gone off.
And we fell unconscious and like woke up.
As you try to piece together what's happened, Ellie, you look at your comlink. You notice there is no service, but approximately 45 minutes have gone.
Whoa. And what's killed
Yeah, have
everybody
they got
around it?
wounds on them or they just drop dead?
Aliens.
So,
Aliens.
as you look around, you notice that a number of the bodies. So there are a number of people that appear to have run towards the exit. They are primarily on their backs, riddled with bullet holes.
Oh,
Like
some
bullet
auto
holes to the
turrets in
front.
here, or
There are no auto turrets, just the silent, slow rotating red lights. But
so I look at Marcus. He's the only one with a gun.
Bear, as you like you've just pushed your way out of this pile of bodies, and as you look around, you notice that a number of these people seemingly have been ripped to shreds by something.
Like
What
axe
the-
type things.
What the fuck?
Something large, unwieldy, something slashy.
Can we
an
see
axe.
each other at this point?
You can all see each other, so you all kind of emerge from your respective kind of hidey holes into this hellscape.
Everyone okay?
What did
Yeah.
you do? Bear, Marcus, what's this?
I can't remember this. Should I be able to?
It looks like your work. What's been going?
I don't remember anything either. Ellie's gonna start looking around because you said there were screams off in the distance, like down the atrium.
So there are a number of screams kind of off into, so you can hear primarily the screams are coming from seemingly above.
Above.
Yeah.
What, like floors above, or
This feels
Is
like
it-
a bad hangover.
is it the kind of atrium where it's like open, like balconies, like you can kind of theoretically?
So yeah, this atrium
into?
effectively, like the first and second floors above you, they're kind of they're open balconies that look down into this atrium. But you presume, like, given the size of the building, you know that it kind of stretches off into the hospital complex past that. But through over the kind of the open air balconies, you can hear some sort of screaming, like a panicked, scared, fearful scream, noticeably a person.
We
right.
we got. I don't know what's happened, but we got to get to Hamish, otherwise Angus will never talk to me again.
You then
This is way worse than that blue tree nonsense.
Bear, as you say that, and you can hear that scream from somewhere up above. You hear
Did that
And the
sound
scream stops.
human?
All right, let's get out of here. Move.
What about the dwarf?
Yeah, maybe we find him. Maybe he's dead. I don't know. Let's move. And Marcus will pull out his gun and start heading towards. The exits are blocked, right?
So you turn to look at the front, like the main entrance that you came through, and you would wager that, like, basically, so the whole building appears to have been shuttered with large metal kind of walls. Looking at it, it's like blast door-esque kind of metal. Clearly, you're not getting through those front doors. And like as you look through, a moment ago, as far as you're concerned, a moment ago, you could look in pretty much any direction, see out through glass windows. It is all now dark, heavy metal.
All right, let's
by these red lights.
Let's get moving. Cat, try and figure a way out of here.
Happy thing and find out where Hamish's room is.
Kat's already running towards. If there's a reception desk or anything, she's gonna like run to that and see if she can jack in.
So as you run over towards Price, who's like stood up, Kat, as you come around the corner, and like Price goes to meet you, because these are sort of like little reception islands, if you will. You see the concierge nurse with the cybernetic arm that you noticed earlier, with with a part of her head gone, torn away. And as you kind of look to each other, Kat, Ellie, you get to one of the terminals, and as you look at it, there's just a simple message that scrolls across the front of the screen that says, "Quarantine in process."
Yeah.
God.
Right, okay. Jack in. Let's go.
Okay. So, as you jack in, if you roll me a
Console cowboy. It's a 9. Partial success.
So you gain 1 hold.
Okay.
Let me drop that down for you. That you can use to do the stuff and things.
Yep.
Prevent an alert for triggering, prevent an ICE, or increase your hold. So that's your console cowboy. If you then roll me a login.
Log in. Yes. Okay. And another 9.
Nice.
So you start tip-tapping away on this console, and it's tough to get through this kind of like the terminal is locked out, and as you kind of look from left to right to see the other consoles, and Price, you notice this as well, all of the screens, the only screens in the room that don't appear to have this scrolling quarantine in progress message is the pillar of screens in the middle. You managed to get in. Please pick your poison. So you're either passively traced, ICE is alerted, an alert is triggered, or your access is restricted.
I think probably the alert.
Alert is triggered, but bear in mind you have got one.
That's
from your
true.
Council Cowboy, so you could choose one of them and immediately discard it.
Yeah. So if I choose the alert and immediately discard, I prevent the alert, basically.
Okay.
Using my hold.
In which case, as you kind of start logging in, you see a trace begin. Like you see an alert start to go out, and you manage to stop it before it leaves the terminal. But as you the screen kind of lights up. And you notice now that the screen is illuminated. It's not this black screen with a rolling text. Like the screen is cracked and there's blood splattered across the top corner. But yeah, you see this very happy, clean, idyllic welcome to Kindred Soul Hospital Plex. And then you see a little notification in the top right. Max Sec Team en route.
Oh boy. Okay, right. So this isn't good. Security's on the way. Max security. We've got to be quick. Whatever. We got to get out of here.
I think, judging by those screams, Cat, security might be the least of our problems. Might even be good to see him for once.
Yeah.
I
welcome
mean,
them.
judging by what happened to the people over there, and she points at the entrance, I don't think security looks favourably on survivors of this situation. We were in quarantine.
Yeah, you could be right. All right. Let's go
we
then.
might be treated as infected. Oh god. Okay.
Exactly.
Hang on,
Marcus,
infected
can
with
I have a
what?
plan, please?
Listen, we need to
All right.
figure out how to get out of here, and we need to get as many people out as we can.
All four
True.
of us. Yes.
True.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Price.
Everyone we can. Yes.
Price, you're a man of God.
Yes, that is true. And oh, that reminds me. And he'll fish into his pockets and he'll pull out like a handful of what looks like gubbins and crap that he's been picking up from the church. This one's for you, Cat, and he'll give you like a little poppy. I've got this little poppy. Here, put that on. That's yours. And he'll pin this little poppy onto you, Marcus. And he'll open up your little tunic thing. Here's a little prayer book, little pocket thing that he'll put inside there. And
Okay.
no, it's fine. And Bear, he gives you a little wristband that he's scratched off the "What would J do?" and it's "What would P do?" written on there, and they'll give you a little wristband to put on there. Right, keep these safe. These will look after you. Right, just been working on these a bit. It's all good.
Price, what would I do?
Just wear it and it'll look after you.
The answer's not on here.
It is. It's you're all fine. It's got on you now. You're fine. Do you know what they all do?
All right.
Or...
What is it that you've just handed out?
Because of my leveling up with my alchemist thing, I've been scrawling some magic on these little trinkets. So, Ellie, when you want to use your poppy, you can turn invisible to get you out of trouble.
Rather good. Very good.
Marcus, your little pocket prayer book will take a bullet for you, like in the good old westerns.
Oh,
And
yes!
so you can ignore the first 2 harm that you take.
That's very good.
Oh.
And your what would Price do wristband increases your armor by +2. For you, Bear.
Wow,
Lovely.
that's really
I'm assuming, I
good.
think you've got a good armor, haven't you?
I have now.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Okay, amazing.
And I've got a little potion of elixir thing to bring something alive.
Okay.
All right. What's the plan? Where's our friend? We gotta find him. Do we like him? I don't like him really.
Can I find out where Hamish is?
Sure. So you'll have to navigate through the systems. So you managed to get into this terminal, but bear in mind it seems that the other systems within the hospitalplex are also on lockdown. So I'm going to need you to roll me a manipulate systems now,
Okay,
as you
let's do
attempt to
it.
manipulate a digitally controlled aspect of a facility.
Manipulate the system. It's an 8. Partial success.
Partial
Hey.
success.
I'm very partial today.
very
That's
partial. So you gain 1 hold. I won't bother handing it out because you can immediately spend 1 hold to activate routines. So you spend that to tick tack 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 tack. And you presume what is it you're looking for specifically?
Patient information system. Just looking at the record, searching for Hamish's record and his location.
Sure. So yeah, you're able to access the patient data systems. You're able to hack into that. You see that. So there's only one. Thankfully, there's only one Hamish McIntosh enrolled. Like currently
Admitted.
Admitted. Thank you, into this hospitalplex. He's up on the 17th floor.
Right.
Floor
What
17.
floor are we on?
Floor 17.
Ground, I believe.
East 73.
East 17. That's
East 73.
on floor 17.
Floor
There.
17, East 73. Because yes, I was definitely not going to do East 17.
I was expecting some music to cut in at a chase scene.
Baby, if you've got to go away.
I don't get the reference. What's the reference?
East 17 was a classic band of the 90s. Very
Oh.
good. Very good music. Go listen to it. Good
Yeah.
boy
Right.
band.
And I
There
don't
you
want to get copyright struck, so you can YouTube it yourself.
There you go.
So, yes, you appear to have Hamish's room number.
Thank you. Brilliant. We're going to floor 17, people. East wing.
Right, do we go towards the screaming or the other way?
I think your guess is as good as mine.
Let's
What
go
do you
away
think?
from it. Away from
I
it.
mean, the screams are sort of above, but the screams were above and it's into the building, and that's
Can
where
we
they
try
enter.
and assess the situation, Dan, and try and figure out like where is this big slashy monster thing? Like how can we avoid it if possible?
Because, in a word, no.
Oh,
So assess would be closely studying.
yeah.
So
okay.
tell you what, actually, whilst Ellie, you're doing the hackings, Marcus, what are you doing?
I got a thing I need to do because I guess this is the start of the mission, right?
Don't know what you're talking about. It's just an unfortunate situation you find yourself in.
Because I could do. I love it when a plan comes together where I roll edge and I get hold. Do I do that?
Arguably.
Not yet.
So, consider this currently almost like... Well, this is kind of neither legwork nor action. You're just... Well, I suppose this is kind of action, isn't it? You're just in it. Over the space of this section, the immediate future, if a plan starts to come together, because right now you guys have no idea what's happening. So it's very hard to piece something together.
I would like to do an assess then, same as Cat,
Sure.
because Marcus wants to find the biggest gun possible in the shortest amount of time. So that's his priority right now.
Okay.
That's so Marcus.
Marcus,
Yeah.
give me an assess.
All right. Ask. Can I use my cyber eyes? In
You can
which
use
case
your
I
cyber eye
use
and swap in
synth?
synth.
That's right. Wait, success.
Success. Okay,
Great
so you
success.
gain 3 hold, which you can use to
Ooh.
ask any of those questions.
All right, help me out, guys. Let me know what you want.
So 3 hold.
I want to.
So
I think we know the complication.
What is the biggest threat? I think we know. The big thing that's slashing people up.
I like.
What-
How can I avoid trouble or hide here?
Best way out, maybe.
I like.
Yeah.
What do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? Because I hope there's a gun there.
Yes,
And
yeah. Do that
last
for the
one.
gun.
I can gain
What
an
about-
advantage, maybe.
Either gain the most advantage or find the best way out or
Yeah.
past.
Okay,
That
let's do
sounds
that.
good.
Yeah,
So
do that.
Dan, it's going to be what do I notice despite an effort to conceal it?
okay. So
How can I avoid trouble or hide? And how do I get
we'll go
in out
one in
fast?
turn. So
Yes.
what do I notice despite an effort to conceal it? So you
There's a bunch of dead
realize,
bodies, right? Are they dead
Yeah.
guards or dead security or something like that?
so you notice that as you look around, you notice that some of the guards are among the dead.
Ah.
You realize that the guards mostly appear to have been killed through what look like large, severe lacerations to their
Yeesh.
bodies. Like something.
Look at Bear's axes again.
I haven't got 'em on me.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
Can't bring
yeah.
fire axes into a hospital.
Yeah, they're very true. Very true.
It's a walking stick, right?
So
All right, Gandalf.
you also notice that, I say, there's a number of like the people, the bodies congregated around the entrance appear to have been that are mostly on their backs. It's clear from the way they've fallen that they were running toward, and then they were mowed down by someone or something stood outside.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you notice that
Outside?
these blasts,
Oh, shit.
blast. Well, presumably from the other side of these like blast door
Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
walls, and you realize that when these blast walls came down, whatever happened, it happened quick enough that one unfortunate soul was halfway through the door when the blast doors came down,
Oh
Crushed.
no.
Damn.
and it's only their legs poking out.
Oh, that's so gross.
So something happened, and the hospital plex just emergency lockdown.
Gotcha.
Whatever, and then you can see that there are bullet holes like dotted around the walls, tarnishing those like pristine white plasticky surfaces. And like as you look around, tracing the arcs of fire, some of which have caught civilians, you realize they were clearly shooting at something or someone,
Oh right.
but it was fast because they're just spraying. And then the guards that clearly have been doing the shooting have then been ripped
You
apart.
guys ever watched that old timer film? It's called Alien. You watched that film?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like that.
You then also put two and two together and think about that piercing shriek you heard minutes ago.
Xenomorphs. Yeah,
Oh no.
that's what we
Okay,
got
so
here.
that's the answer to your first question.
A
What's the next
rampant xenomorph. I got it. How can I avoid trouble or hide? And what is my best way in out?
question?
They kind of go together. I don't know.
How can I avoid trouble or hide here? Clearly, in the 45 minutes that you lost, something happened that allowed you to survive whatever happens to everyone else. Arguably, maybe plain dumb luck that you all ended. So, Bear, you were buried under corpses. Price, you were knocked over a reception desk. Ellie, you were secluded away in a corner, for example. But here is open. And given what you've heard Eddie say about Max Sec en route, you don't really know how best to avoid trouble or hide here, because being here is the antithesis of hiding.
Yeah, because those doors open, like you're first.
Like maximum corporate security will, it will be borderline. I mean, you've had relationships with Hades in the past. Something like this, like the PR disaster that this would be, scorched earth.
Fair. Yeah.
Like whatever they do to cover this up, given how many bodies there already are, it will be biblical in response to cover this up.
Gosh.
All right.
No,
Don't like
no
that.
witnesses. Yeah.
Yeah, let's move. And
Okay.
then-
The last one.
last
How
one-
do you escape?
Where do
You're
we
not
go?
going through the blast doors.
there-
You know that the
staircase?
outside was sort of like glass from top to bottom. So perhaps at a push, there might be access hatches in the underground,
Okay.
Yeah,
because the blast doors aren't going to necessarily going underground.
Hooray.
Right. Okay.
But So currently
you
to go
need
to
an axe, don't you? Sorry.
to go to Hamish, Dan, where do we go? Is there like a emergency
Ooh.
staircase we can go?
There's a thought first. Is there an armory for the security team that we could raid? Can Ellie look it up?
You can, roll me another manipulate systems.
Okay. Where is it? There you are. 9.
Okay, so you gain a hold. You can immediately spend it to break into the. Actually, sorry, it would be no, it would be fine. So you you can fundamentally you can see where it is on a map.
Okay.
So you can go up to So, sorry, the staff security area appears to be in one of the on basement floor 3.
Okay. So like 3 levels down.
You got to go down to go up.
Ugh.
So
Well, it
Hamish.
depends
So
if
what
we
you
want
know,
weapons.
Hamish is upstairs on floor 17.
Yeah.
The weapons are downstairs in basement 3,
Yeah.
and maybe an exit is that way as well.
We don't have time.
Can't do both. Let's go.
All right, let's get the guns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bear, what are you doing?
I think you'd be trying to sort of, as soon as he finds out which floor Cat says Hamish is on, he's kind of heading towards the staircase, because I assume the lifts don't work in a quarantine.
So, interestingly,
Or Bear might not know
there
that.
appears. Well, yeah, as you head over, as the 4 of you kind of congregate and start heading into the hospital plex, you notice that one of the columns of elevators, so there's 2 side by side, one of them is on the ground floor and the lights seem to be on. And it's effectively like a big glass tube type thing that goes up
we
the
can
side
do
of
that.
her.
Oh, great, yeah, that'll save a lot of walking.
That's the first thing you do during a lockdown emergency. Get in a lift.
Yeah, I read that somewhere. It was on a sign, I think.
I had sign. Just before I leave the reception desk, could I rip the arm off the cyber nurse, please?
Why?
She's got a cyber arm, hasn't she? Sorry, it's a nurse with a cyber arm.
You can't just stick it on your forehead or something and use it. Like, what are you going to do with it? Whack people with it?
I'm gonna hand it. I'm gonna hand it to Bear, so he's like holding the hand, and then I will cast a transmutation on it to turn it into an axe. So it's got the hand. So it looks like the hand. He's holding someone's hand, but the other end of the broken off bit of metal arm turns into an axe head. So he's holding someone's hand to hit them with an axe. With a manipulation spell, I can transmute an object into something else with this where the effect is permanent. So he's got a handy axe.
Handy axe!
I think Bear would get a bit emotional at this and just give Price a hug around his middle.
Well, shall I roll to see how good an axe this is?
Well,
Yeah.
especially because Bear's probably going to have like a foot on this poor woman's hip, just to wrench all the wiring out from her clavicle. Right. Sure. Yeah. Roll the manipulation.
Your face.
What's she
Roll
did?
the manipulation roll. Yeah, I suppose she's not using it anymore, is she?
I get a forward on this as well, whatever that means. It's a good axe.
It's a
That's
good
the
axe.
best I've ever seen.
Holy shit.
It's an incredible
It's a
axe.
cyber axe.
+1 axe.
That's so good.
Okay, so
the plus
you
one
roll
must be my
50.
forward, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it is. It's a very good axe.
Oh, Price, it's beautiful.
Now get the fuck out of it. Sorry.
Okay.
PG.
So, yeah, you head into elevators.
Wow, yeah.
Let's go.
I feel safer now that Bear's got an axe.
I'll apologise to Marcus on the way, saying, look, I could turn a gun, but I can't turn that many bullets, so we have to go with something that's just more blunt. And I'll nod towards.
All right. I know who your favorites are. It's all right.
In which case, as you kind of pack into this elevator, and it's like a little kind of glass tube, if you will, like a glass pellet, and like you step in, and in front of you is this kind of glowing HUD, floor select type thing. You notice that it's only like ground floor up. There's no options to go into the basement in this elevator, but presumably you're going to hit floor 17.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Hopefully.
In which case you like press the button, and with a very smoothly, this elevator just begins kind of moving up the side of this pillar up towards up into the hospital plex. As
It's
you
always
go,
the girl from
obviously,
Ipanema.
overhead is just glass. So as you're looking up, as you rise up up through the building, you notice that the other elevator in this duo is coming down.
No,
Please
stop
don't have something
it.
horrible in it.
Oh, it's just going to be like all dead bodies or blood or the monster.
And
Or the dwarf.
Yeah, or Macintosh.
as you pass, you notice that in the other elevator is a human man
Oh dear.
and a troll woman. And they look at you in confusion as they're going down and you're going up. And as you look at them, they look relatively young, like late teens, maybe 20s. It's a bit harder to tell for the troll woman. But they look decidedly like runners. And their faces are etched in horror and fear. And as you pass and you just do a huh as you go past one another, you notice their fear becomes confusion when their elevator stops on the 4th floor.
No.
And they turn to look at each other, and then you notice them turn to look towards the door. And you watch as they're both wrenched out of the elevator by something, and their screams fade away as you roll up the building.
Oh no. That's horrendous, Dan.
With a soft boom, floor 17.
Okay,
Can we
so it's
reconsider this?
13
go-
floors below us.
Yeah, let's not visit floor 4 on the way down.
Can we go back down to -3, please?
Well, it could be that whatever was on floor 4 pushed the lift to call it. So it would have stopped if they were going down to the ground floor and it just went bing.
Right,
It
so
was
we
stopped,
take the
wouldn't it?
stairs.
Yes.
Okay.
We could just be very lucky it didn't. Yeah. Okay.
As the doors slide open silently, and you step out of the elevator into a relatively tidy, white, lacquered corridor, illuminated by the occasional flashing light, like flickering overhead light, like strip light, but more so by slow rotating red alarm lights. Let's grab a quick break.
Ah.
Hi everyone, Matt here. A true runner's always on the job. Well, have I got a job for you? Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to click on the like and subscribe button in the next 10 seconds, and then this message will self-destruct. Easy money. Easy.
Welcome back, runners.
Oh dear.
Yay!
Yeah. It's getting spooky. It's getting weird.
It is. It is indeed, isn't it? It's a
I
bit-
think the creature might be somehow related to Bear. Just putting it out there.
What?
Just putting it out there. Well, this is Bear's.
It's all Bear's
right,
Here he
fault.
comes.
It's a
So-
Bear's long lost aunt.
That's what I think it is.
Well, we'll have to
How are
find
we
out.
such good friends?
We'll have to find out. But yes, something that I neglected to do in the first half is all of these thoughts and feelings that are running through you. They're all you could argue that they're all being kind of muffled by a creeping dread, which is beginning to fill your minds.
Wait, what?
You'll notice that you're all being afflicted by a creeping dread. And in fact,
Got a dread clock, creeping dread clock. Oh no.
in fact,
Have you got a sense of creeping dread, Daisy?
Oh, threat clock. Oh, that's not good. I don't want
the
that.
creeping dread threat clock has raised.
Did
and
that those runners get decimated,
quite possibly. And also,
shredded?
you saw the max sec or inbound.
Don't do this. Every bit of bad news we get, we increase our creeping dread. That's just unfair.
The action clock progresses
Oh, man.
as you know that max sec is inbound.
But then I get to roll my thing now because the mission clock has started. Da, da, da.
Dun, dun, dun.
You'll know where this is almost like legwork, but not quite.
What?
You'll see. I'll give you the option.
No, but
don't worry, I'm a fair games master.
All right.
Fair and just DM.
Because I can make gear appear. Can I make a rocket launcher appear, please?
Oh, yeah.
Flamethrower, maybe. That's what I need.
So
Might be cool.
we rejoin you on the 17th floor of the Kindred Soul Hospital Plex.
That's what it's called, the Kindred Soul.
That is in the midst of some sort of emergency quarantine lockdown. And it appears that you four are some of the only people alive, in this building. But as you step out into this corridor that's illuminated by these slow rotating red lights, what do you do?
All right, where's the room?
So you know that the room is on East 73.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looking at the signs, you can see East is right in that direction.
Marcus is at a tactical low ready with his hold-up pistol and is going to advance through the corridor.
Okay. So, Marcus, as you're taking point, what's everyone else doing?
I think Bear will be not shouting, but kind of whispering, Hamish, it's Bear. You around here?
As you say that, you hear no response, and then looking at one of the nearby doors, you notice that you're stood you're stood by E1 and E2 on opposite sides of the hallway, and it seems, and the corridor stretches out. You assume it stretches that it follows the shape of the building in a big loop.
Okay, so we've got to get to 73.
Is there any
And we're at
indication of?
Go on, Matt.
Is there any indication of what this floor is for? Is it like for a certain type of injury or?
So you notice that fundamentally you're looking down corridors that stretch left and right, so east and west, and they're all kind of closed doors. Most of them are closed doors. You peer through one of the open doors as you pass it, and notice that they're all just kind of like private hospital rooms. So they've got like the bed, the little table on wheels that rolls over. There's a vid screen at the foot, on the wall at the foot of the bed, and so on and so forth.
Sure, so it's not like a specialist ward for.
Doesn't seem so. This seems like relatively general admissions.
Okay.
Although, arguably, in a place like this, you could kind of, in a roundabout way, as long as it's not massively complicated, you could kind of put anyone in these rooms.
And as there's signs of violence of the bodies on this floor that we can see?
There doesn't appear to be any violence this far up. It's just eerily quiet. And like I say, the halls are almost seem like they're pulsing as the circular like siren lights slowly rotate, and then every so often there's a flicker of white strip light overhead. There's like clearly emergency generators are kicking in but not sticking. So it's almost like flashes of lightning. But yeah,
Right.
The corridor seems abandoned.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
keep moving.
Yeah, I'm really interested in where all these people have gone. Like, we're 17 floors up here, so you'd expect that people, like when there's a fire or something in a hospital, you often get a whole like wing being evacuated, and people will have like these progressive evacuation procedures through the hospital. So there's a fire in this wing, so we're going to fall back. We're going to take all the patients and fall back to the next wing. Oh, it's progressed. Now we're going to go to the next wing. Like, could something like that have happened, perhaps? That everybody, because it's sort of, this is so close to the atrium where the trouble started, perhaps the nursing staff have been like hastily getting
Or they're all part of the
move.
shot mass at the bottom.
Or yeah, maybe they, because it's been 45 minutes, so like there's been plenty of time for things like this to have happened, haven't there?
Yeah.
Right. But like, what about the patients who are in like comas and things like that? It's very difficult to move those people.
So, as you're heading along the corridor around the kind of mid-30s, you do peer into one of the rooms on your left, and you notice that there's an elf, like an elderly elf in bed, seemingly asleep. But the more astute of you then realise the elf is hooked up to some sort of machine that you'd assume is some sort of life support machine. That is now off as a result of the power cut.
They don't have a backup generator?
There seems to be a backup generator, but it's clearly not.
Okay. Something's
like
gone
the lights
really
overhead,
wrong,
the emergency lights, which are usually the first things to come on in an emergency, they're
Oh, so something's gone really wrong with the power supply. Jeez, that's horrendous. Okay. Yeah.
If there's nothing else, you arrive at a door labelled E73 on the left-hand side of the corridor. And sure enough, this corridor seems to have done a very kind of flattened curve around the perimeter of the building, so the hospital rooms clearly... There seems to be approximately 100 rooms per wing, so 200 rooms per floor. You're on floor 17. That gives you an idea of how many people, how many private rooms there are. But yes, E73, the door is closed.
Bear, do you want to go in?
Is there are there like windows? Can we see like any movement through there? No windows. Okay.
Just the door.
Can I, if I put my ear to it, can I hear anything?
Putting your ear to it, give me... Let's do a roll. Give me an assess.
Oh.
Because you're closely studying a person, place, or situation. Okay. As you all stand, and like Bear, you put your ear to the door, and you close your eyes and you really kind of focus. The silence, perforated only by the sounds of your own breathing and the beatings of your own hearts in your chests, makes you feel a bit more wary.
Stop it!
The creeping dread. But you hear nothing.
Right, open up there.
Sorry, that's a lie. You hear something tumble in the room.
I thought you were going to say the lift go bing.
Oh no.
No!
I can cope with things tumbling as long as I don't hear that lift noise.
I think Bear will look at the others for kind of permission and then getting sort of ready to rap gently on the door with his knuckles.
Okay.
But he's sort of looking to the others to give him a nod.
Cat will give the nod.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to be looking back down the corridor, like, so we're not all just staring at the door. I want to be looking behind us.
So he'll rap softly on the door with his knuckles and, Hamish. And he'll wait a second. If he doesn't hear anything, he might just crack the door open a crack and whisper inside.
As you on the door, before you get a chance to say Hamish, 3 gunshots fire, and you have to duck as bullet holes punch through this kind of wooden plastic mesh door, just like one over your head, one past your right ear, and one just past your left shoulder. And like as you all kind of freeze, and thankfully all the bullets have missed you, And Bear, you're able to like look through one of the bullet holes, and inside is a young dwarf with a little kind of pea shooter holdout gun in what appears to be like this like pilot's kind of aviator's leather jacket with a fur, like a fluffy collar. Like the hospital bed has been tipped over, and this dwarf's kind of like hiding behind it. And he like, you immediately recognize it as Hamish. You can tell him from his distinctive kind of like dreads pulled into a ponytail type hairstyle that he's got, that is woefully unsuited for him. But yeah, you can just see smoke rise, like wafting out of the barrel of this gun, having just fired 3 shots, and you can see him like panically looking to see if he got whatever knocked on the door.
Put that down, you silly sod. And he'll just kick the door open gently.
Yeah, no, shoot. You missed.
As you kick the door open, like you hear Hamish squeak as he kind of dives behind the hospital bed before sense starts to filter into his mind, and he Bear? And he slowly raises his head over the hospital bed.
Yeah, he nearly took my head off. Where'd you even get that thing?
One looks at Marcus.
Listen, I needed the money. That's all I gotta say.
Hamish looks down at the pistol, and like he goes bright red as he realizes he nearly shot you. But yeah, he nearly shot you. It's mine, Bear. Yeah, I bought it. It's mine. I didn't steal it or nothing. No, I bought it.
Yeah, 1 cred.
I think Bear would kind of stomp up to him and cuff him around the ear, but he's probably acting angry, but it's just out of a place of relief to see Hamish alive, I think. So his anger fades away quickly.
Sure. Hamish has got one eye closed as you clip him one, and then he shying away from you slightly. He slowly opens his eye and what are you doing here, Bear? What's going on? I don't understand.
Oh, no idea what's going on, but we're here to get you out. So, time to go.
Actually, technically, we were meant to tell you not to become a runner, and that's it. Don't do it again.
I think he's probably got the message, Marcus.
That's right. We can leave him here now. All right, let's go.
Come with us, runners, if you wish to live.
Are you all? Have you all gone into the room, or did some of you stay outside?
Yeah,
No, I'm staying outside that corridor.
I might as well go inside. I'm no good if there's a beast charging up the corridor.
Okay.
Oh, Daisy.
Look at the beast.
Speaking of which,
in which case, Ellie, as you go in, and you can see sort of like Bear chastising this young dwarf. Like Marcus, you're looking at this. It's a pea shooter. It really is a pea shooter.
Looks
But
like Ellie's.
Solid him, you know.
There's a part of you that goes, just like Ellie's. And then Ellie, as you step in, you look around the room and notice on the floor next to Hamish, like behind the hospital bed, is a deck.
Oh!
And it appears that Hamish has adopted the role of hacker.
Oh, Hamish, no, sweetheart, no, you don't. What are you doing? What is this?
And Hamish realizes that you lot have realized and figured out, and he... What happened to the rest of them?
Rest of who?
And he once again goes like beet red. The rest of the rest of my crew.
You've already got a crew.
didn't happen to be a half ogre by any chance, did it? And
I think it was wasn't it? What was it? A troll and a bloke.
Hamish's eyes widen as you describe this troll woman. And
Sure, they're fine.
I think
Yeah.
we saw them going down out of it.
They were going down, but then
Looked all right to me. Yeah.
out of sight. Yeah.
I
Before they catch up with us, lad.
I didn't. I mean, this is my first time with them. It was supposed to.
You don't always stay with your first timers. Don't worry.
And he just looks a bit sheepish. Sheepish. Ellie, you notice that his deck is on. It's jacked into a wall plug. And it seems like he was decking recently.
Is that why you're here? Did you get yourselves checked in to do a job?
He kind of looks a bit sheepish and, well, you know, yeah, that was part of. They said it would be fine, so I just had to get myself admitted, and then once I was inside, I could jack into their security systems and then be the guy in the chair. Except instead of the guy in the chair, I'd be the guy in the hospital bed.
No, hang on. This is great. You can tell Angus you weren't really hurt. This isn't my fault. You wanted to be here.
Hamish goes.
Yeah, but also
the red
he
in his
is a runner
face.
now.
The red in his face.
Yeah, we don't have to mention that bit though, do we, Cap?
The red in his face drains until he's entirely white. And Angus.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be hearing about this because it's your neck or mine, kid.
Angus sent you?
Yeah. Why do you think we're here?
And like in front of you is this youth that is wildly over his head.
Listen, don't worry about that, Hamish. What you've been jacked in. We've lost like 45 minutes. What have you found out? What's going on?
I've been trying to figure that out. 45 minutes. That I think I lost about 35 minutes. I don't know what. Well,
What happened to you?
I was just in here, and the mission was. We were doing the mission, and then they told me to cut the power, and then something happened, and the next thing
you cut the power.
Well, yeah, that's why they brought me on. Well, I had to unlock the doors to let them into the power relay, so they could. I had to shut the power so they could sabotage the backups.
Right.
But if something's happened to them, I just.
What were you here to steal?
Steal? No, Bear. We're not. We're here to save. We're here to. You don't know what they're doing here. This whole place. It's just a front. It's just a front, Bear. They're just there's all these experiments on parameta creatures in like underneath in the basements. There's just all sorts of like inhumane experiments that they're doing on these poor creatures, and like we were just going to break them out to stop Genesis from doing all of their tests and studies on these poor things.
Hold up. What kind of creatures?
They didn't say, but I know they're all away, like paranormal creatures.
Right.
Have they got
Could
any
any?
koalas?
Well,
Any of them could be koalas.
Yeah, Marcus. Yeah.
that wasn't what I was about to ask. Gotta say, Marcus.
I got it. I know what's going on here.
And he, yeah, these poor creatures. They don't stand a chance against a corporation. And it's not their fault. I mean, but they need to be freed.
I think one of them might stand a chance against the corporation.
Yeah.
And it's currently marauding through the corridors. So, if I were you, I would leap into action, young man, and help us figure this out.
Are you gonna help me get out?
You're going to help us get out.
You're going to tell us what your crew has done, and we're going to try and fix it. And we're going to try and get out of here without getting mauled to death by whatever you've let loose.
All I know is that they came in through some sort of like access hatches in the basement, and that's where these kind of laboratories are, like these test facilities, and they were going to go in. I had to cut the power so they could do over the backup generator that would turn off the security, and then they could unlock all the gates and doors, and then everything could get out and escape.
And then the koalas get out.
Yeah, I'm thinking more those evil kangaroos from Tank Girl, but yeah, anything along those lines.
You're right. You're right. It could be kangaroos.
Let's go.
But looking, I mean, I've been looking at the hospital systems, and if there's a full lockdown, I mean, I think the only way out is going to be through those tunnels.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. So I guess the basement then?
Back past floor 4.
What's on floor 4?
Oh, we're gonna
Nothing.
6
Nothing.
to 5 to 3. We're just gonna jump
It's fine. Stairs?
stairs. Yep.
This thing can probably take the stairs, but you know what? I'd rather we had some level of control rather than being stuck in a box and just, the door's open and it's feeding time. Like, I think we should probably take the stairs.
Yep.
Sounds good.
This dwarf boy looks terrified. Yes, I'll follow you. And he says, and he sort of like holds his gun. Right
Marcus takes the gun. That was 2 fingers.
What?
Cat. No, this is Cat's now.
And I pass it straight on to Price.
Haven't I got one of these?
I've got one of these, but
I think
don't know
I've
about
got
you.
one.
Give it to Bear.
I've got
Bear
a holdout
doesn't need it.
pistol.
He's got a big axe. I'll have 2. I've got a flechette, I believe,
Okay.
and I'll have the holdout.
Yeah,
Time.
well, I've already got a holdout pistol, and I don't really like using
Was
it
it a
anyway.
holdout you said that he had? Was it a flechette pea shooter?
It's a little, like a very light,
Yeah,
gun.
that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And hold on,
I'll keep hold of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Give it to
And
you,
I say,
brother.
pick up your deck, kid.
Okay.
Come on,
And
you're a runner now. Let's
You
go.
You watch
No,
him.
Cat, he's not a runner, remember?
He is for the purposes of this mission. We can talk about it later.
Mixed messages.
Kat, you watch as Hamish begins like closing down applications in the most like by the book manner, and sort
Oh
of
my
like
god.
the right click eject USB,
Oh, no.
like safely remove USB.
Kat!
Like he's doing all of the steps. Like,
Cat just leans over and does the quick way out that she knows and says, "Come on, we haven't got all day."
but I'll lose all my unsaved data.
Yup, let's go.
You know when you turn your computer off and it has to do like updates?
Damn Microsoft!
Imagine he's still got like Clippy, the Microsoft assistant, in one corner.
It
love
looks
not
like
words
you're
out
trying to
together.
hack a hospital.
On the way out, Kat's just gonna kind of take Bear aside and she says, "Listen, Bear, I appreciate we're on a mission from Angus, but would you rather we have a terrified kid to lead around or somebody with a shred of courage and resilience? What do you think? What would you prefer?"
Yeah, when you put it like that, I suppose courage and resilience sounds good.
We indulge his dreams for the next hour or so, and then we crush them. What do you say?
Yeah. Delayed crushing
good.
of dreams. Good.
Oh,
You
Excellent.
hear him.
Kat's got a younger brother, hasn't she? She's definitely true.
You've done
Crush
this
the
before,
dream.
Cat.
You hear him scream as one of the strip lights overhead bursts from the like the rapid turning on and off, and as it pops over his head.
Hamish,
Okay.
we're going to operate a no screaming rule from now on, if that's all right.
He looks to you and he nods, and I'm glad you're here, Bear. I'm just really worried. I've just got this creeping sense of dread.
No, he doesn't. Stop it. This is filling up way too fast, Dan.
Which one? This is the fret clock thing. Creeping to you,
So,
bastard.
Um,
What
as-
other equipment
Here.
is? What other
As-
equipment's in this room of his? Is there any like med bay equipment or
Yeah, what
operation
else can
machinery?
Price turn into axes?
Yeah.
in there is a first aid kit if you need it. So the ones
suppose
that
we
you
should take
bought
it,
off
I mean, yeah, we should have it.
Go on then.
Brass Fairy. Yeah, if someone makes a note. As some time has passed, Max Sec are closer to the hospital.
Oh, raise the action clock. Go on then.
Mhm.
Raise all the clocks, Dan.
Okay.
Well, we've got to get past ground floor before they breach, because that's where they come in, unless they come in through the roof.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
You're
yes,
absolutely
you're right.
right. I should raise the clocks because Genesis are on alert at the moment.
Oh, stop it.
Why
So-
would they be?
Because it's their hospital.
So,
Oh, man.
are you heading to a nearby fire
Yes.
stairway?
Escape.
Okay. So, what's the plan? Are you heading all the way down to ground floor then?
Yeah, hustle our bustles.
Okay.
Maybe we should go to the third floor.
Well, tell you what.
-3, sorry.
Tell you what. Now that you have a better idea of what's happening, Marcus,
Yes.
you can begin to put a plan together.
Hey.
So you may roll. I love it when a plan comes together. However,
Hmm.
given the situation, you will not be able to use the hold to generate gear. Just
What?
you can just do the
Outrageous.
teleporting
Outrageous.
Ooh.
because there's no way you'd
I-
be able to recognize what gear you'd need for
I
this moment.
I
But you
planned a rocket launcher for this.
You
Hospital.
made it
This
to
just-
the hospital.
This just happens to be where I keep my minigun.
That
Okay.
is how the soldier class works, though.
Yes, it's a
So-
core feature.
So Marcus, you gain one hold. So you will be able to use that to appear in a scene where you are needed right now.
Can I use? Here's the plan as well. So when you plan a mission,
Yeah.
say I plan the mission now, which
So
is
what is the plan?
the plan is go to -3, get a whole bunch of guns, and then either escape or fight our way out.
Okay. You need to assign a task to everyone. A specific task.
Cat will have to open the security room where said gear is located.
Yes.
Bear will have to chop anything that comes in our way. Price will mind control or somehow
Is it one of my things? Let's give it a go.
I don't know. Will somehow manipulate, mind control, or coerce, or convince someone that
hmm
may need or not need our help.
Right.
And Marcus will just shoot things,
I love how all of your plans look basically the same.
pretty much.
Identical. Yeah.
Ellie hacks, Bear chops, Price does magic, and
Yeah. But
Marcus shoots.
100% success rate, right?
Yeah, so far,
Yeah.
Okay.
to be fair, it does work.
In which case, you begin making your way down the very narrow stairwell from the 17th. And as you merge into the stairwell, you look up and feel the vertigo overtake you as you peer up through at least more than a dozen rings of stairs going up. And as you peer down, you realize you're looking down 17 flights of stairs to a presumably, you can't really see the bottom, but you assume it's hard concrete down there.
Surely more than 17 if there's at least 3 basement levels.
Well,
Unless that's a separate staircase.
Be another door. So yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
you begin making your way down. The sounds of
Quietly.
your footsteps quietly echoing off the walls. And Bear, behind you, you hear Hamish going, "Did he seem very angry when he sent you?"
Yeah, but mostly at me, kid, so you're alright.
Oh, okay. Do you think you'll let me be a runner after this?
And Cat shoots Bear a look before he answers.
Yes, I'm sure. He's very pleased with the idea. Yeah.
Is that the plan?
That's good. I thought he'd hate it, but it's
Yes,
good that he's
so
come
did I.
around to it.
We can talk about it afterwards, can't we?
Okay, good. Marcus, are you on point?
Get Santa's bearers. I need Marcus.
I think I'm probably keeping Hamish quiet.
Marcus on point.
Okay. When you get to approximately floor 6, you hear another one of those piercing screams.
Oh no!
So let me guess, the creeping dread clock goes up.
It doesn't, because it doesn't sound that close.
Okay.
Right, I'm just gonna
enough.
jump off the staircase right now. All right, it's 6 floors. That
Loud
should
enough.
give me outright.
Does it sound like back up the way we just came, or further down, or?
It sounds like it's. You hear the noise primarily coming through one of the doors out of the stairwell back into the main, hospital
So
room.
on the floor we're on though.
Well, it sounds like it's somewhere in the building. So, because of the narrow nature of the stairwell, so everything's kind of reverberating. It doesn't sound like it's definitely not in the stairwell with you. But
That's
it
good.
sounds like it's out in the main body of the hospital. But it's difficult to pinpoint what floor it's on, where it is, or what it's doing. But it just let out this ear.
Have you got any little camera things on your cat that we can send out, or?
I don't think Cat's got anything like that on her. No.
Okay.
I mean, would she? As far as she was concerned, we were just doing a hospital visit.
Yeah, especially given the nature of it, I doubt you'd have the gear even if you did.
Yeah.
Were there any little computer monitors with webcams we could have? No, we'll have to find one. Okay, that's fine.
Dan, do the screams sound like a humanoid in pain, or do they sound like something else?
Bestial.
Koala-ish, yeah.
It would. Roll me another an assess. It would be an assess this time.
Okay.
Could be a wombat.
Yeah, if we've got a camera phone, you can access the video and watch through the video, can't you? On the phone.
What video? Sorry.
If you've got a phone, and say I'm taking a video through the phone, you could hack into the phone and view through the video, couldn't you?
What if we were going to split up, or?
If we was to split up, but what I was thinking, what I might do, I've got my little, because I've given you all your little trinket things. Sorry to jump in, but in fact, do your thing that you're doing first, Bear, and then I'll come back into.
Okay.
Sorry.
Partial success, 1 hold. Bear. So, what would your question be for, in relation to this thing?
Well, I guess if it's not a person, if I think it's the creature, then I want to get a sense of, do I know kind of what it is?
Okay.
Or might I be able to guess roughly what it is from the sound? And if so, how is it vulnerable to me? That's a lot of bits. Sorry.
Sure. As you listen to this ear blood curdling, warbling scream, and you rack your brains trying to picture what it is that would make a noise like this, you realize it's almost hyena-ish in the way that it's difficult to pick out, but there's almost a noise in it, like a hyena laugh.
Oh dear.
But then, for some reason, and it might be because you've heard it, like 10 minutes ago, but this feeling of deja vu begins to wash over you. Like
Me
you've
specifically.
heard it before.
Okay.
You've heard this noise before. But you can't think when. Certainly not while you've been with these guys.
Yeah, so pre-amnesia.
Like Wolverine escaping from his place. This is when you last heard them, when you got out of the facility you were in.
So, as you think that, Price, what's your shenanigan webcam idea?
I'm gonna pull out my little smartphone, because let's face it, we don't use them apart from Cat. And where there's the door that goes into the next level of the hospital, I'm going to cast another Well, in fact, so the object that I kept myself, my little elixir, is the animate object spell. So I'm going to animate my smartphone, and it's going to grow 2 little legs, and I'm going to slide it under the door, and it's going to wander around the hospital recording, and I'm going to give it 2 tags, because I can give it 2 tags, and it's going to give it recording and linked, so I'll link it to Cat, and it can go walking around the hospital, our little BB-8, a little walking phone,
Oh,
a little smiling emoji on it, so that then we might get a very last image of the monster wherever it is, and try so you can try and get eyes on it, Cat, and see where it is.
Now I just want to protect this little walking phone at all costs. I'm going to be so sad if it dies.
This isn't going to be like our other games. This is a expendable NPC. You're not adopting this. You don't give it a name.
Oh,
Okay.
Billy
I already want
Blackberry
to give it
is
a
off.
name.
I think it's Clippy.
Clippy. Yeah, it had the
Not
little Clippy face on it.
Clippy.
Have
No.
Have you released it out of the stairwell onto like floor 6, for example?
Yeah, and it can go wandering around the hospital trying to see if it can find the creature.
Okay. And Ellie, are you just watching this on?
Yeah, I've got it up on my deck. I'm like, oh, jeez.
It's like Cloverfield.
Yeah, it's like found footage horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay. In which
Blair
case,
Witch.
you watch as
Very Blair
this,
Witch.
like the image on your comlink just shows this dark, like red light lit hospital corridor. Again, looks relatively well. It steps out, and you hear the as its little feet as it wanders along, and like the view is wobbling from side to side. And as it, like, you notice one of the hospital room doors is open, like on the right hand side, and as the thing kind of wanders round and just happens to peer inside, it looks like a tornado hit a butcher's in there. There's
Sharknado we're dealing with.
You can't even begin to piece together. Like you feel the bile rise in your stomach, but you can't even begin to figure out what these hanging what these bits of flesh, which part of the body they came from. Like utterly shredded. You would use the word fury to describe it. Click, 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 and the camera phone.
Sorry, Kat, you're the only one who can see this.
Well, no, it's visible to whoever's looking at my screen.
And
Fine.
click, 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 off goes the phone.
Wow.
You continue your way down, and you, Marcus, you take a breath as you get to the stairwell down from floor 5 to floor 4, and presumably with a bit more speed, you you go past that floor. Luckily, nothing jump scares you.
What's that chair game you play in school? That way you just sit round to one bit of the chair very quickly.
Nothing jumps out at you, but you do make it down to the ground floor.
Right.
And as you open the door into sort of like the ground floor atrium again, because of the time it took to take the stairs, Axec are closer.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck those guys. All right, how do we get to -3? Cat.
Okay.
Down.
So you're in the atrium. So
How does stairs work?
The reception, the proper atrium area itself is kind of over there. You're sort of like on the opposites, a little way away from the elevators. You notice that the elevator you did not use is still up on the 4th floor. It has not moved. But yeah, looking around, you notice that there seem to be some sort of like no unauthorized personnel doors towards the back of the ground floor.
Head that way.
Okay. As you head towards the doors and as you reach them, you notice they appear to be locked by biometric security locks.
Ah, God. Bear, bring the axe.
When I say
What's
biometric,
biometric? Do we need someone's eyeball or
it
something?
looks like a hand and eye scanner.
Brilliant.
I mean, there's plenty of hands lying around. Eyes too.
I mean, Cat, you reckon? So there's either that option, or Cat, you could try hacking it if you so wish.
And can we not just break it down with an axe?
So
Noise,
the
too
door
much
appears.
noise.
It's like it's a sliding metal door.
Right.
So you could. It would just take a while and it'd be noisy.
I'll happily hack it.
Okay. As you look down, so you'll have to turn off the link to your walkie.
Yes,
cam.
I will
give
temporarily
give it to
turn
Hamish.
off that link.
Give it to Hamish.
Give what to Hamish?
The link.
Oh, tell. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh
Well-
no, I don't want Hamish carrying that around on his
Cat.
neck. That's-
Well,
As you look
Oh,
down,
he's a Shadowrunner now, Cat.
yeah.
Remember?
It doesn't mean we have to
It'll-
subject him to that.
It'll
kind
keep
of
him
thing.
busy.
Cat, you've been looking
Uh-huh.
at this biometric door just while everyone's talking, and as you look down to
Yeah.
your comm link, you notice that the manipulated camera phone has stopped working,
Oh. Oh no. Right.
There's something holding it.
and in the flashing red lights of the corridor that is looking down, there's a silhouette.
No.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Come on, Clippy, take him.
Take a selfie.
And the camera, the view just looks at it, and you notice this creature. The creature appears to be on all fours, and you
Platypus.
notice a swishing, an agitated swishing tail.
Can I start recording the feed, please?
You can.
Yes.
Bloop.
I do it. Bloop.
Like, platypuses have tails.
And as
it's
you
insane.
do that, and you hear the bloop, you notice that bloop also came out of
Don't-
Price's comlink.
Don't make this my fault. Stop it.
If you just
And the creature's front shoulders rise, and there's a low growl, and it starts to turn to look towards the vid feed.
Did you not even put your bloody phone on silent, Price?
And
what's that?
so you've just said that to Price. Price, what are you looking at the vid screen? Because
Yeah,
obviously Ellie's
probably,
got
wouldn't
it
I?
up, so you're looking at the screen. Marcus, what are you doing?
I'm just covering R6.
Okay, and Bear, what are you doing?
Probably just watching the drama on the phone, I think.
In which case,
Covering
trying to get
Hamish's
a,
eyes.
Yeah, covering Hamish's eyes, but trying to get a peek myself.
as the creature turns and looks at the camera screen, Marcus, you watch as Ellie, Price, and Bear go limp and collapse to the ground. Unconscious.
Great.
Well, fuck.
And
All right.
you hear them thud to the ground, and as you look around in panic, you hear a screech, and the vid feed on Ellie's comlink goes static. Marcus, they are unconscious. What do you do?
Probably just looks around. Bunch of the people, they're unconscious. Try and shake Bear up. Bear! Wake up!
Bear is utterly catatonic.
God damn it.
And looking, you notice that so is Ellie, so is Price.
Is Hamish still up?
Hamish is up because he wasn't looking at the screen. And
Hamish.
You piece together what's happened, and as you realise the three that were looking at the screen have passed out, and you turn your head to look at the pillar of screens in the centre of the atrium, and realise in all of the rooms there was a vid screen. Everyone in this hospital was likely looking at the screen at the same time. What do? You hear the echo of the creature's shriek, presumably 6 floors up, but you realise that it's been alert. It's on the move. So what do you do with Hamish?
Hamish, hack the thing. Go, do it now.
And he, okay, and I'm going to use Ellie's here, but he's only got a synth of +1. Okay.
Way!
Oh!
Crit!
And he jams in, and you
Yes.
see him like frantically typing away. Are they going to be alright? Are they dead?
No, they're not dead. Not dead.
Okay.
They're just having Betty by.
And even with the minuses that he's got for the shit in his pants, he manages to like hyperventilating. You watch and you can hear something moving at speed overhead. You can hear things smashing, crashing in the floors overhead, and
Drag us in the room and shut the door.
the red light around the handprint and eye scanner, like Hamish, and slams his hand against the scanner,
Done.
puts his face against the retinal scanner, and it like scans upsettingly
Better work, kid.
slowly.
Come on.
Upsettingly slowly, and as you come on, you feel the dread build within you, and eventually the lights go green and the door begins opening, like sliding open, and you hear another blood-curdling scream, decidedly closer.
All right, get him in quick.
Okay, Hamish immediately goes to Bear, arms under his armpits, and and as he, in the time it takes him to drag Bear through these doors, you're able to grab Price and Ellie, and as you kind of put Ellie down and you look back out, you see a shape land on the ground floor of the atrium, and to look at it, it looks like a very large panther, and before it growls as it looks around, and as it turns to look towards the doors as Hamish closes them.
All right, good job, kid.
Except they jam, and there's a crack in the door. Is in the chaos and carnage and like being dragged around, jostled, and given that Price hasn't got a very up-to-date phone, so it was a pretty grainy quality vid feed, the three of you that have been knocked unconscious start to wake up, and the last things you remember were looking at Ellie's vid feed, but now you notice it's just static.
All right, let's get a move on. Panda Bear's here. Let's get out. Get out.
Okay. As Marcus says that and you start to pick yourself up, you hear something run at the door, and as if to punctuate his point, there's a boom, and the doors shake as something crashes into it, and you see what looks like a large clawed paw like reach through the gap and starts flailing wildly at you.
Marcus will just fire shots through the door. Just
Okay.
randomly.
The creature like roars. Marcus, roll me a mix it up.
All right.
What's your objective?
Mostly just keep it away from the door. Not
Okay.
really. Yeah. Woo! Description moves. Mix it up. Let's go. I roll with synth. Boom. 8.
Okay.
Hey, but I'm shooting. I get a +1, which is a 9.
Your shoot is yes. So that is it's still a partial success, unfortunately. Okay.
All right.
So you're able to with this hold up pistol. You shoot into the paw. The creature like roars as it pulls its claw back, but choose one of your poisons.
Ooh. I choose 2.
Oh
Make
my
noise.
God.
I don't want to take
Not
harm.
advanced the clock.
Something of value
not-
break.
Advancement.
I don't want to break my gun. That takes harm.
You take harm.
Don't take harm. I don't want to break a gun. We got a spare gun though.
Bear's hardy. Bear's hardy. He can take the harm.
Poor sacrificial bear.
All right.
He stands up groggily and just
Where's the-
Marcus
where's-
pointing a gun at him.
Can I move advance mission clock?
You can. Gunshots are heard within the building.
Yeah.
The actual
Yeah,
clock
mission clock goes up,
advances.
and who takes harm? I'll take harm.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, just Marcus just jams the gun, fires, and probably gets swiped in the hand or something.
So yes, as you sort of like in the time it takes you to notice that this creature's like slammed against the door, you turn around and you're slashed across the arm, and 3 bloody streaks up your forearm as you reel away, and that's when you fire point blank into this creature's like arm, and it retracts with a growl. Marcus, you take 3 harm.
Shit.
As part of the story, instead of it raking across his arm, does it grab onto his chest and pull the little book out because it would ignore the first 2 harm from the book?
In which case, yeah, Marcus, you turn around to see what made that crash, and there's a big paw that slices across your coat. Some of the claws tear into a little pocket Bible. You reduce 2 harm. Is it 2 harm or 2 damage?
Yeah, it reduces the first 2 harm he takes.
Okay.
So,
In
question:
which case, you've got armor.
What kind of? Yeah, what kind of armor am I wearing? Would I? And also, would I be
realistically,
wearing
You probably have your one
covert?
armor.
1 armor? Okay, 1.
So, in which case, between so you take 0 harm, but on a harm roll, you're fine. So you duck back and you look down because your coat's been shredded. But just in the air in front of you, as you finish firing the gun, it's just pages of fluttering pocket Bible.
Okay.
Brilliant. Okay, so you've bought yourself some time as the creature has taken some shots. You've gone through the doors, and you can see that it's a hallway, but you can see some there's a stairwell down. There's elevator doors, and then there's a stairwell down.
Let's
Down.
down. Stairs down.
Stairs down. Okay. In which case, as you begin moving down, you find yourself eventually at basement 3. It is decidedly cold. The walls are unlike the pristine, what used to be pristine white interiors outside, sort of like ground floor and up. Down here, the walls are a cold slate grey stone, concrete even. There is everything looks extremely kind of industrial as opposed to the clean clinical look from upstairs. The air smells recycled, and you can smell the scent of sort of like liquid nitrogen kind of fumes on the airs. Presumably something is being kept quite cold down here. But yes, eventually you make it to basement 3, making your way to that floor. You find yourself in another stone corridor, almost identical to the one that you came in at. But there are a number... To look at it, it feels like you've almost stepped into a prison. There are numerous torn up guards and people in what look to be laboratory coats scattered around. They appear to, whatever this creature was that slashed at you, Marcus, seems to have gone through them first.
Oh dear.
You notice some of these kind of heavy doors have swung open, but there is a definite trail of destruction through these corridors and then presumably up.
Kat, where's the armory?
Would I know the location, Dan?
You picked it up on the map.
Yeah. So I just sort of point.
Yes.
towards it.
In which case, yeah, you direct everyone to the armory. You're about, like, the door is locked, but next to the door is a security guard. He's missing a lower jaw, but he does still have what appears to be a security card in his hand.
Just take that. Thank
Yep.
you.
Okay.
Swipe it.
As you like slide it through, the maglock door to the security room, like the armory, unlocks with a thud and swings open.
Okay.
And Marcus, as you walk in, it looks like you're like a kid in a sweet shop.
Woo! Woo!
Woo.
All right. Hello, you guys.
So, as you step in and kind of look around, so fundamentally you can kind of choose what guns you'd like, Marcus, because the chances are like we're talking like assault rifles and the like. Ellie, you notice that there's a security console with a number of cameras turned on. You can see this black shape like moving around from camera to camera. But yeah, what are you
Have
realize,
they got?
you realize
go
these
then.
computers are on, Ellie, I should point out.
Yeah. Okay. I just kind of want to get a sense of where this creature is at the moment.
Sure.
So is it trying to get down here to follow us? And I'm also going to call out, if you can, Marcus, if you can find a gun with some kind of link to cyberware, let me know. Maybe I can attach it to something
All
on
right.
me or something.
Oh, look.
Okay. Bear, what are you doing?
I think he would be helping Marcus search through, not looking for guns so much, but for anything explosive. He's developed a bit of an affinity for explosives.
Plastic bag of grenades.
Yeah,
There is.
I mean,
I'm probably gonna regret
there's a
this.
Tesco bag of grenades somewhere. That would be great.
You notice Marcus looking at this wall of assault rifles, the same assault rifles that the guards were holding upstairs. So I say full of. There's some assault rifles on the wall. You've noticed quite a few of the assault rifles have been picked up, but there's still some for you to pick up yourself, Marcus. But Bear, you see what appears to be. They look like the grenades that you've thrown, but they're in this weird kind of cylinder, like this short, stubby cylinder tube type thing. Like the cylinder's only wide enough to kind of hold 6 of these kind of grenades in a circle. And you're just like, why would you? That seems like a real, like, where's the pin? Like, it's really inconvenient. And then next to it, you realize you're looking at a grenade launcher.
Oh yes,
Don't give Bear a grenade
I will
launcher.
be picking up that.
Is he gonna lob the grenade launcher with the grenades?
I was going to say it's a bit advanced there, maybe.
Yeah, I imagine he's sort of like testing the weight of this
ball of grenades to see if he can throw it up and then hit it with the tube, baseball style. It's like, oh, it's a bit heavy. I might just.
He needs a tutorial from Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus, how are you feeling about Bear weighing up a grenade launcher? So it's obviously there's a grenade drum that clocks
right,
in. And
that's the wrong way around. You're right. You're pointing at yourself. Right. Price, explain it to Bear.
Okay.
And everybody, Marcus just starts distributing guns left, right. Everybody gets like an assault rifle and like a pistol, and he's got like an assault rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, and a revolver. He's got like four different guns on him. So, yeah.
Okay. I'll help Marcus. I'm not going to use a gun, but I'll help. I'll help Bear attach this grenade launcher thing to his other arm. So he's got his axe in one hand, and I'll use a transmutation to transmute the grenade launcher onto his other arm, so it's permanently fixed on there.
Wait, what, permanently?
Okay, but for now, it's like a life. It's like a symbiotic.
It's like shaking his arm. Like, what have you done?
It's like a symbiotic thing attached to him that at least he doesn't need to worry about him having to aim with it. It would do the thing.
What is your character? Please explain to me how this works.
I've realised I forgot to ask.
The magic of manipulation, sir.
I forgot to ask for it earlier. Can you please roll a cast a spell move, please?
If you remove my arm,
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. We got this. Hey.
You do got this. Okay.
For his symbiotic grenade launcher attached to his arm, could I give it the tags Messy and Breach, please?
Jeez.
Yeah.
So it's a bit indiscriminate, but when it hits, it's going to hurt.
So it is 4 harm. It's near far. It's an area. It's loud. It's messy. It's clumsy. And now it's also breach.
Breach.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
So it might just launch everything at once.
Okay.
Wow.
Very good. Right. In which case, so Price is doing that with Bear. Price. You just, oh my God. You just turned him into a walking Arnold Schwarzenegger film.
As long as he's in front of me,
Marcus,
between that
Marcus,
pamphlet, I don't mind.
Marcus, you're all gunned up. Ellie, you're sat at you're looking at these computers. So you're keeping tabs on it.
Keeping tabs on the creature.
Have you at all spoken to Marcus since you lost, what seems to be a few minutes?
Really? No, to be fair. I kind of want to know what happened.
Sure. Marcus, what did happen?
Yeah, you all went a bit weird and then you passed out.
You passed out, but you didn't.
Nah. I don't know. Just you cast strength or something.
It dawns on Hamish. Turns to you and you were all watching the screen and then you all just passed out.
The screen.
Could I turn to Bear and say, do you reckon through sight, if people are looking at it, it's going to make them pass out? Do you reckon through if we were to perceive it astrally, that might negate its effect?
Well, I'm trying to figure out, is it the creature or is it something to do? Yeah, I guess it must be. Maybe it's either the creature or it's something to do with the computer system. There's some pulse or something.
It can't be the creature because we just saw it while it was trying to claw Marcus's face off.
Yeah, it's true.
You realise you saw mainly its arm.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a hypnopanther. Is that what we're thinking?
Medusa type thingy.
Hamish.
Don't look at its eyes.
Hamish,
I reckon it's a badger. I think it's a badger.
Hamish.
Honey badger.
Hamish.
Marcus, you don't know much about animals, do you?
Listen, I've been.
Hamish looks to you, Ellie, and well, if this is the facility where they do the test, there might be some records on what this thing is. If this thing escaped.
Yeah. Okay. Does Ellie think the records would be accessible from the security desk, or would she have to go out into the lab proper?
you be able, if they're linked, you'd be able to access them from this text.
Yeah. Let's have a go.
Okay. Give me a console cowboy and a login.
Okay. Console cowboy. It's a 5. Not
Ooh.
good.
So you do not get any
we get a
bonuses.
plus. No, there's no +1.
It's my no.
So just
Okay.
straight to login.
Okay. A 9.
Partial success. You're in, but choose one.
Yeah. I don't want to. I'm not advancing the clock. I cannot.
But why? We're at 10 o'clock.
Tell you what, I'll activate some ice, I guess.
Okay.
Ice, baby.
There you go.
In which case, as you jack in, yes, one of the intrusion countermeasures kicks in, and
Dan, is there an anti-material rifle in here?
there is not.
Right, okay.
That would have been useful.
Yes, is there a light machine gun in here?
There
If
is.
there is, I would have strapped it to there already.
Is there a flamethrower in here?
It's already on there.
There's not a flamethrower.
Bear's just got all this stuff.
Yeah.
He's fully. He's got cannon
Is any part
launchers
of Bear's
on his
original
shoulder.
form still visible?
Turning
Oh
you
my
into
God.
an obliterator, sir. That's all that we need in this situation.
What are you looking up right now, Dan? Are you looking for the highest form of black ice?
I'm trying to find the rules for ice.
Well, it's okay, because if it makes it any easier on you, I'm going to disable it immediately.
Okay, right. Okay, in which case, as you jack in, you notice in front of you, like as your world kind of melts away, as you kind of feed your mind into the matrix. As you emerge, you find yourself in what looks like an archaic zoo. And
Right.
stood in front of you is what appears to be a black ice in the image of a reaper.
Well,
What do you do?
can I? I don't know if this is going to work, but I've got my icebreaker move, which disables ice quickly and quietly. Once per matrix run, you may cancel a routine executed against you, your deck, or your programs. I guess it hasn't done anything yet.
It has noticed you, and black ice is the real scary shit.
It's the scary shit.
Well, it's nice that a hospital has picked the Grim Reaper as its defense on its computer system.
I mean, I think we know they're not really a hospital, right?
Yeah.
This is some shady like research lab. So, what do I do? Can I attempt to convince it that I am lovely and I'm meant to be here?
You can. So, let me just check.
Can I like enter some security details off the bloke's card or something?
Sure. So give me icebreaker. So once per you may cancel a routine executed against you. So you just cancel
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, compromise security. I would it's melt ice. Beg your pardon. When you attempt to evade, destroy, or disable an activated ice.
I'm evading that
evading it.
ice. Okay, I've got a +1 to edge, I believe. It's an 8.
It's an 8. You evade, destroy, or temporarily disable the system.
Yeah.
Your choice. It successfully
Yeah.
executes a routine before you can disable it. So
Okay.
the Reaper moves towards you, and it appears to like it's reaching out with his skeletal hands, and it appears to be trying to prevent you from moving.
Mm-hmm.
Are you then going to use your icebreaker to stop it?
I am going to
Okay.
use my icebreaker. at
In
that
which
point.
case, you fire off the program, and this thing stops with its skeletal fingers around the avatar, like the ears, the head of your cat avatar. And as you slinky malinky away, you're in the system. The black ice is disabled for now.
For now, okay.
What is it you're doing?
Find that panther.
Okay.
Find its record. What the heck is it?
Give me a manipulate systems.
Hypno panther. Let's have a look.
think there must be some way you can interact with it if it can it
Hey.
can interact with
13!
computers.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
13.
You, like, spurred on by the adrenaline of freezing a black ice, you managed to get into the, like, what appear to be observation reports. You notice that some of them, like the reports, appear to be in the process of being deleted. Oldest to newest. Well, being deleted. But you're able to reach out and stop 3 of them from being deleted.
Who's deleting them?
The company.
Is it an automatic, like, sort of remote thing that they're
It
doing?
looks like
It might
the
be part of that security system.
It's the
coming
scorched
in.
earth, yeah.
No plausibility or didn't. Yeah, whatever.
So
yeah,
you find 3 files
Okay.
labeled Specimen 75DH3, Specimen 82HYT, Specimen TJ785.
we
I
meant to
mean,
write these down.
such descriptive titles. Let's have a look at them.
Okay, which one? You can say first, second, or third.
Do first.
Cool. So, observation report 75DH3. Observation date redacted. Observation time 1342. Observing personnel Doctor redacted. Specimen 75DH3, also known as the redacted, is a highly dangerous and enigmatic creature that displays characteristics of both mythological and biological entities. The specimen stands at approximately 2.5 meters tall and possesses a large muscular body covered in dense brown fur. It exhibits a humanoid form with notable modifications, including a pair of wings resembling those of a redacted.
This is not what we want. Out.
Okay. Second
Next one. Second. Yep.
Specimen observation report 82HYT. Observation date redacted. Observation time 1712. Observing personnel Doctor redacted. Specimen 82HYT, known as the redacted, is a dangerous and anomalous creature with avian and reptilian features.
Nope. Out. Third one.
Specimen TJ785. Observation report TJ785. Observation date redacted. Observation time 1458. Observing personnel Doctor redacted. Doctor redacted. TJ785, designated as the redacted, is a cryptid creature with a predominantly feline appearance. It stands
There
at
it is.
approximately 2.5 meters tall and possesses
Oh,
a robust
fuck.
and muscular body covered in coarse dark fur. The creature exhibits traits reminiscent of a large predatory cat with sharp claws, powerful jaws, and keen senses. Observation chamber setup. TJ785 is contained within a secure observations chamber in site
Not anymore.
reducted. The chamber is equipped with multiple layers of reinforced glass, coated with a specialized opaque material to prevent accidental eye contact. In addition, redacted. Observation notes. Upon entering the observation chamber, redacted. The creature prowled restlessly within its enclosure, occasionally emitting low growls and baring its teeth, displaying signs of either territorial behavior or anger at its confinement. TJ785's agility and strength were evident as it leaped effortlessly across the chamber, utilizing its powerful hind legs. The creature's movements were smooth and calculated, indicating a level of physical prowess beyond that of a typical redacted. It demonstrated exceptional reflexes, successfully evading obstacles and adapting its strategy accordingly. During this observation session, TJ785 redacted. Notably, TJ785 exhibited an affinity for climbing, using its sharp claws to scale the walls of the chamber and perch on elevated platforms. Conclusion. TJ785 continues to exhibit characteristics of an elusive and formidable paranormal creature. Its agility, strength, and predatory instincts make it a dangerous entity to both personnel and the integrity of the containment area. Redacted. Strict adherence to safety protocols is paramount to avoid breaches and ensure the well-being of all personnel involved. Doctor redacted. You notice there is one redaction which has not been completed.
Ooh. Yes.
As you Control Z undo,
Mm-hmm.
it's the first one. Specimen TJ785, designated as the Glowacus.
Glowacus.
Glow whack it.
How'd you spell that?
Glawacus. Glawacus.
Glawacus. Lovely. I tell the others about it.
All right.
Hamish looks at you and, what the fuck's a Glawacus? And you see him, he's like jacked in and he does some tip-tap typing. He appears to be on like the public web. And he looks at you and it's a creature from Connecticut in UCAS? What?
Yeah. You know what? I had one of those as a pet when I was young. Maybe
Not.
you know what? Maybe I didn't take care of it very well. Maybe it's angry at me for that.
And Ellie, Ellie or Price, as you look down at Hamish's screen, from Connecticut, UCAS, Glastonbury, Connecticut? And you, what? And then, Ellie, you find an addendum note. That you find a history page for specimen TJ785 that details how TJ785, usually seen in Glastonbury, Connecticut of UCAS, through forcible coercion, was drawn to Glastonbury, UK, drawn by the powerful ley line magics in the southwest corner of the United Kingdom. Upon appearance in and around the Stonehenge area, the creature was then captured and transported to site redacted for closer inspection. The notes go on to explain how initial trials were interesting, as they noted its ability to make things that looked it in the eye lose their memory, and how the initial human trials, specifically a group of male dwarves, was a resounding success. Only one set of trials were run, but the unwitting test subjects were then discarded across London. Safe in the knowledge, the corporation is safe in the knowledge that they would never know what happened.
You were the guinea pig.
So I know that. Do I? Does everybody else know that, or have I just read that?
You've read that on your report.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of look at Bear and then
He's
look
currently
back
got
at
a
my
grenade
screen.
launcher welded to his arm.
Yeah.
It's moving. It's alive.
Did you find it, Kat?
Yeah. I found a bit more, actually. I honestly don't know if now's the time to tell you, though. It might be nothing. I don't know.
As if to punctuate the point, you then hear the sound of breaking metal from reverberate through the halls. And looking
sure
on the
I can wait.
cameras, you realise
Yep.
the creature has burst through those security doors.
Right, let's go.
All right, come here, kitty. Come here, kitty.
No! Don't call it to us.
Oh, kitty.
We still don't know how to stop it looking at us.
Hamish,
Oh, jeez.
Hamish looks to you as you hear the crash, and then as he watches it, like you're obviously jacked into the Matrix. So I suppose really, Kat, you can't really hear what everyone's saying anyway because you're in the Matrix. You know, however, that those 3 files would probably earn you quite a lot of money if you were to sell them to the right person.
Let's take them.
Okay, so as you download them, are you jacking out?
Yes.
Okay. As you jack out.
Yep.
Roll me a jack out.
Oh, come on. Why can't I just jack out? What's
Because
going on?
the black ice is beginning to fall.
Stop it. Right, okay. So I've currently got my eject program running, so I'm going to get a +1 forward to this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? Yeah?
Yeah.
8.
8. You jack out, but choose one of the following. You lose some data. You take.
I'm not losing the data.
You take some established consequences.
What are the established
The
consequences?
owners of the target system trace you to your current location.
Yeah, they can trace me. Whatever.
That's very.
I don't care. I'm gonna be gone.
Very interesting. The action clock.
No.
The action
no.
clock
Stop
moves
it.
up as I trace a data breach in
Oh.
B3. Okay.
I'm not losing this data, people. We need money.
Okay, in which case, yeah, you see the black ice watch you as you kind of disperse into pixels and jack back into your meat sleeve.
Please never call it that again.
Hamish kind of tells you where the access tunnels are. So, effectively,
Let's go.
they're long tunnels, if nothing else.
It's a chase.
Do it.
Let's go.
How can we stop this thing looking at us?
Use your grenade launcher behind you as we run.
Marcus, this thing knocks us out with its eyes, right?
I mean, I'm
It
not sure
can
it's
knock
gonna
you
work
out through
there.
the TV. I don't think the glasses are
Sunglasses
going to work.
could do a thing.
I mean,
Well, I'd like to try it.
here are my glasses, Bear.
You might have to put him on for him because he's got no arm.
Yeah. There you go.
Permanently has a grenade launcher welded to his arm.
Okay.
It'll be a problem.
Price.
It's gonna be a problem going to the toilet, especially
Going to the toilet is going to be a nightmare after the end of this mission.
Yeah.
We did give it the breach and messy, so your toilet should be fine.
Okay, so you make it back out into the corridor. You follow Hamish's directions. Luckily, the escape, like the access hatches that his team had used, are on this floor. As you get to, there's basically along the corridor. There's a drain pipe. There's a manhole cover down into the maintenance tunnels. It's a couple into maintenance tunnels, and you notice that it's not quite flush with the floor, where clearly it's just been put down in a bit of a hurry. But as you slide that out the way, you hear a growling reverberate down the corridor, and you can't. The low kind of dim light that illuminates this corridor. You can just about make out the glint of sharp teeth in the darkness as something begins approaching.
All right, can I just do some auto fire?
Yeah.
Because
what is your
I've
objective?
packed everyone with rifles, right? So Price has got 2, Cat's got 2 as well. Bear probably has another one slung on the back of him, and Marcus has got so he's just gonna take 2 rifles and just jam and just shoot down the corridor.
What's your objective with the shooting?
Just keep the thing away.
Okay, roll me a mix up.
Yeah, I guess. Is it? I guess it is a mix it up. But I guess I don't have to look because it's auto fire.
Yeah.
You need to try and blind this thing.
Can
Nice.
Bear assist? Do you want to assist Bear?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
How does assist work?
In which case,
Launcher.
Bear, if you roll a help or interfere.
Okay.
And then you're prompted you're linked with Marcus. So put pot +3.
That's free, yeah.
All right.
Way!
Okay, right. So in which case, Marcus, as you turn around with a assault rifle under each arm, pressed into your ribs, Bear, you kind of step forward, and as you look to Marcus for approval, you then lift up this grenade launcher arm. And wait, how are you gonna how does he fire it, Price?
Oh,
does he fire it?
Well, he just does it.
The power of his mind. It is his arm now.
It's animated. It's an animated object that performs the task or aids him in combat. So it's like a little sentient thing of its own doing.
So
It's a
Bear
little.
has no control over it. It just fires
Well,
when
whatever you feel, then it just indiscriminately launches.
Oh.
Does it have googly eyes by any chance? Does it just look like a bear?
Right. So
Yeah.
Bear,
Which is more worrying that it's looking at Bear and not at the target.
so you lift up this gun and you fire a grenade down into the corridor. It detonates. The sound is deafening as it like the blast wave runs back up the corridor towards you, and you're buffeted a bit. But in the confusion, as the creature roars from the concussive force, Marcus, you're able to start firing
mix
with
it up.
Wanton Abandon. You get +1 to this.
All right, that's a 9. That's a partial success.
And your plan was to shoot, right?
Yeah,
So that's another +1 because you're following the plan.
I guess. So that's a 10. Ah,
That's a 10.
great success.
Great success. So that is mix it up. You achieve your objective. So your objective was to keep it away. So as you like Scarface down this corridor, the creature, you notice like the smoke and like the smoke that's rising from the grenade explosion starts getting swooshed around as this creature starts moving at lightning speed, seemingly dodging this. Like there's occasional like flecks of red as you strike the creature, but otherwise it's pinned in place, but it's dodging a lot of the bullets you're firing, despite the hail of bullets. So it will take some damage. Assault rifle, I believe, is 3 harm, 4 harm.
Yeah. Christian, am I linked to it? How does linking work with the weapon?
That just means you can use your synth.
So, it says if I'm linked to it, it deals an additional 2 damage, or damage equal to my synth.
So these ones won't
Be linked.
with because they're not your guns. Yeah.
So it'd be 3.
Okay. So yeah, you fire. You do kind of 3 damage to it as it starts dodging your bullets. What's everyone else doing? Ellie.
I guess have I been given a gun?
Yeah, you've been given like many assault rifles.
Can I do some cover fire just to confuse it further?
This is like that scene in Aliens down the corridor. Let's watch the ammo running out very quickly.
Absolutely. Ellie, roll me a mix it up as well.
Woo! Ellie, mix it up.
Not gonna go my -1.
Oh, do it.
Mix it up.
Oh
2!
no!
Oh, Ellie shouldn't shoot guns.
I really
Ellie,
should not.
You
Regret.
bring your
Crossbows come out.
and you just
The whole gun breaks.
As this
I
thing
lose
just-
the gun. I should not be trusted.
the recoil. With the recoil, the gun pops up and you shoot out some of the lights in the room,
Okay.
and the corridor goes dark.
Oh.
And Marcus, as you wait, what? As you realise you can't really see, and
Right, I got night vision.
Like-
I'm good.
you go to turn on your night vision, but in that moment, something like you hear it storm down the corridor towards you, and it barrels into you, Marcus, and knocks you back.
Oh fuck.
Like knocks you on your ass. Bear, the Glowacus appears to be in your midst.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Do an act. Do an act.
Realizing he doesn't control the grenade launcher anyway, he's gonna just start swinging with the axe.
Okay. So yeah, in front of you is this like 2.5 meter tall, like looks like a panther hyena type creature, and it's just barreled Marcus to the floor. It's got one big paw on his chest as it raises a paw up. What
I
you
mean,
do?
this thing is 2.5 meters tall, so it's like bigger than a rhino, like elephant-sized panther.
It would seem so.
Fuck.
What do you do, man?
I think I'm gonna try and sever the paw that is pinning Marcus to the floor,
Sure.
partly to release Marcus, but partly so that it might topple over.
Sure. Okay. That sounds very much like a mix it up.
Okay.
And your objective was to chop, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was.
number 1 chopper.
Okay. So that takes you from a 9 up to a 10, which is a success. So as this creature like brings its paw up, Bear, you leap forward, and with your cybernetic arm axe thing, you and with a slice, the paw detaches. And Marcus, you have to move your head as it boom lands on the the ground next to you and kind of rolls away, splattering you with hot blood. The creature shrieks as it reels away. It goes to put its, as it staggers away, it goes to put its weight on the paw that is no longer there instinctively, and it roars again as it stumbles to the ground. Price, what are you doing?
I am going to look at the, you got the manhole grate.
Yeah.
I'm going to levitate it up to get us out of there, and I'm going to try and position the manhole cover thing in front of the face of the creature so it can't get a direct line of sight looking at us.
Very, very good.
So it's going to hover in front of him.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely ace it.
Good.
Okay, in which case, with your telekinesis, you grab up the man-coal cover and you, with such precision that you manage to donk, hit the Galactus across the face, and as it recoils away, you, you can twist, manipulate things, right?
Yeah.
So, are you just holding it in front of it, or are you wrapping it around the creature?
If I can wrap it around, that'd be great, because I'm sure it's still going to have a lot of sensors to track us, but the main thing is it can't do a direct eye line of starting. Because I'm a quickener, I can hold 2 spells, but any more spells I do now have -1 to my things, so I can maintain 2. I basically got the grenade thing alive and the thing around his face. Right. At the moment.
Okay. So in which case, this access cover, like Magneto style, just wraps around the creature's head, and you hear the creature scream inside this thing as it thrashes around, muzzled. It can't see anything. It keeps on putting weight on its severed paw, but in its confusion, it starts swiping wildly with its one good paw, whilst it's kind of on its side, and you're able to climb down the ladder into the access hatches, and with the sounds of the creature screaming behind you, you're able to make your escape.
Oi.
As you go, the tunnel stretches for about a quarter of a mile before you come to an access ladder that leads you up. And as you emerge away from the hospital, what you notice is hordes of flashing kind of siren lights and sirens going off. You can see a number of VTOL attack choppers flying around it, and they've just kind of penned off the whole area. And as you watch, there is the staccato percussive sound of what seem to be explosives, and you watch as this hospital begins tilting and tumbling and collapsing in on itself.
Oh my God.
And as you watch, a number of the VTOLs begin to move away, and it would appear that MaxSec have gone in and pulled the plug.
Literally.
In a big way.
Wow.
Those guys don't mess around.
Yeah.
And as you all kind of look to each other, and Price, you wonder how on earth you're going to get home because your car's parked in the multi-story car park.
No! Did it go down?
No, just us.
I thought we finally destroyed the sedan.
It's paid for a whole day's parking as well.
Oh my God!
Ask for a refund.
Ask
for a refund.
No, that's a lot of money.
Ellie, as you think about the pay data you've got stored, the secret Genesis files,
Yeah.
we'll call it there. Please roll me a getting paid roll.
Dang.
You have 6 open legwork slots.
Ooh, that's good, right?
Plus 6.
Hey.
Hang on, let me just. I want to.
It's almost as if we didn't do legwork. Yes.
It's almost as if we didn't do legwork. Let's see.
That seems to reward a lack of prep.
So plus 6.
Yeah, plus 6.
Oh, jeez, it's still only an 8. That was terrible.
It's pretty hot data, to be fair.
I got a double 1.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so partial success. Choose one from the list below.
Choose one.
It's not a setup or ambush. You are paid in full. The meeting doesn't attract the attention of outside parties. The employer is identifiable.
It's got to be paid in full, right?
Yeah, everybody hates us. Just give us the
As
money.
much money as we can get from this pay data, please.
Okay.
I don't care if it's a setup. I'm just selling it. Whatever.
In which
Figure
case,
it out.
We don't give a shit anymore. We're broke.
you, as you put this up on the matrix, like on the shadow net, an anonymous buyer
Okay.
that reeks of corporate stooge, non-Genesis. Well,
I
maybe
was
it
going
is
to say they're
Genesis.
buying it back.
That reeks of corporate stooge buys it from you for an upsettingly large amount of money, or an impressively large amount of money, and
Yes.
you will all earn 3 creds each as you split the funds.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dan.
Are you giving me 2, Marcus?
Yeah, about that price.
You
You know, yeah, about the money.
Are you
All right.
kidding me?
All
I
right.
think you'd be talking bullets like in what's that rabbit? Roger Rabbit.
However,
All right. You can have 2
Ellie,
plus 2.
Oh, thank you. I'll take my 2.
it would appear, as this data is published, that it attracts some attention.
Is it Genesis Life Tech clock? Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
That's all right. It's all,
Jake,
it's
I
the
might
same
ask
as
for the money
Blue Tree.
back, but I'll give you
What?
back 2 for now. But I might ask for a loan later.
Oh my god. I've only got 11 creds. Stop coming to me for money.
I have 1 cred.
You're not getting your money back. Don't like that. We're going to need one of those
Nice.
files just to pay for the parking.
Seriously. Oh my goodness.
Oh dear.
Congratulations, everyone,
That
on
was close. I've never seen the clock that close.
completing the Kindred Soul quarantine.
Oh my goodness.
So,
That was not like the Jungle Book at all.
amongst you accepted the job, you identified the creature, you found Hamish, you escaped with Hamish,
Oh yeah, we
and
took
the
them.
mission.
Yeah, we did. We
The
did.
mission ended, so you all earn your maximum 5 XP.
Hey.
Marcus,
Yo.
given the pay data that Ellie's managed to swipe that you were not expecting,
Yeah.
we will consider that as being paid. So, as a soldier,
Yay.
you mark another experience.
Oh, cool.
The humans among you get an extra one, I believe. Oh no, you get
Mhm.
extra pay data. You get extra creds, but that won't matter on this one.
So we
yes.
get 5 XP.
5 XP each. Marcus gets 6. Yes, congratulations. You have made it out.
Dang
Kindred Soul Hospitalplex.
Holy blimey moly.
So that was Bear's pet cat.
No, that was yeah.
Well,
Bit
that's
of
the
a-
story, right?
Cat's gonna have to reveal.
I'm
That's
going to
what I
have a
understood.
word with Bear at the beginning of
That's
next
what I
session.
understood. I understood
think
the cat.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, my link is going to go up with Bear when I have that emotional conversation with him.
Cool. I'll drop the living grenade thing. You can have it back as a grenade launcher now if you want. I'll let it go back to being normal.
How
Sorry about that.
kind of it's almost it's quite handy because you've effectively resupplied. You've done a little shopping trip without having to pay for it. And
Right?
Well, maybe we need to give some of that stuff to the troll because she's
The
expecting.
brass fairy. We should give
the
her
brass
all
fairy.
of that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's expecting stuff from a trip, isn't she?
It's like,
Can I-
it's not, high grade black market weapons, but it is high grade hospital tech. So,
that is it. That is it for the mission. So thank you all for playing. Thank you
You're
all
welcome.
for watching.
Thank you,
If
Dal.
you enjoyed this, we have quite a few others. We're going to have a couple more of the Shadowrun sessions coming up in the near future. So make sure to hit the like button, leave your comments on what you think Hamish's new occupation should be
Oh yes.
post Shadowrunner.
just a regular boy.
Just a regular boy. We've got loads of other content very, very similar to this. So take your pick. And if you enjoyed it, you should really consider subscribing. So and hit the bell icon for notifications when we upload new stuff, which happens very, very frequently, almost you could say weekly. So Thank you all for playing.
Hey, good evening, Dan.
Thank you
worries.
very much.
Thank you all
cheers.
for watching, and we'll see you later.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Welcome to MVN News, telling you what you need to know.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news.
There has been a development on the attack on the Kindred Soul Hospiplex earlier today that saw the multi-million building reduced to rubble, resulting in extreme loss of life and widespread panic.
Blue Tree and LPD have announced that the terrorist organization known as the Underground has claimed responsibility for the attack, which is suspected to have taken the lives of over 1,400 patients, over 300 staff and an unknown number of visitors.
Early speculation indicates that a faulty gas main was used to falsely trigger a lockdown procedure, before being used to create an explosion devastating enough to destroy the building foundations.
This is yet another dark day in the face of a brutal storm of violence from so-called Shadowrunners.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to those affected by this tragedy.
In other news, we speak to the CEO who is offering trips to a few lucky people to visit the wreck of the International Space Station in a newly designed space shuttle.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below. You can find more Explorers and Elsewhere content right here. You should also go ahead and subscribe to the channel by clicking right here. Click the bell to receive notifications of new uploads. Until next time, stick to the shadows.